Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
On Fox 1, you can stream Fox's biggest moments live. Get out! Bigger.
I can feel the sweat, and I can smell it a little.
Bigger. That was genius. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here's the question. Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, an 8-year-old boy, he was bitten by a shark off the coast of Florida. He was bitten above the knee. He lost a lot of blood, but he survived. His leg, however, did not. A man in the Bahamas, he did not survive when his jet ski slammed into a boat. By the way, this marks the 4th American injured or killed in jet ski-related shenanigans in the Bahamas. I don't know what's going on there anyway, but hell, last Sunday, 2 dudes, they were injured when they steered their jet ski into a dock. As you might imagine, both the dock and the jet ski, they sustained damage. But the good times, they aren't just restricted to the water. I'll ask you a question. Would you rather be trampled by a herd of cattle or attacked by one bear? You see, a couple in Austria, they were trampled by a herd of cows, while a woman in Alaska, she was attacked by a big bear, they say. Also, the bear dragged her 100 yards. She survived, but she did sustain what they call substantial wounds and damage. But people aren't the only things getting damaged. Let's see, several police cars in Secaucus, New Jersey. They were damaged. Yes, it's called Secaucus, right? You know how it got its name? Several police cars in Secaucus, New Jersey, they were damaged when a crowd of meatheads not only jumped on top of the cruisers, but also lit fireworks underneath them, because that's the New Jersey way. Oh, and then there was a fire inside of the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and you would think, all right, well, at least it's the Grand Canyon. Yeah, well, 106 buildings were damaged, or as they say, about 50% of the buildings there. And today, we're talking about damage. Damage of any kind, right? It can be damage to your body, damage to your property, damage to someone else's property, whatever the case may be. So today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram and Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox 1. The voices you trust, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
This is the story breaking right now.
Fox 1, we live for live.
Try it free for 7 days. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids to a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Home patrols, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,384. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeats. The exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Steve, I don't know how you do it. You find people doing crappy things in the news.
Oh, yeah.
You bring us 3 stories. It's up to us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least. Is there a theme to this week's Who Sucks Less?
I mean, I guess relationships, maybe.
Okay.
Sort of.
All right.
That's the best way I can put it. You know, maybe your girlfriend has you kidnapped and sold in slavery, or maybe you try to pull a bikini barista through a window, or maybe you fake your own death so you can hang out with your mistress on the other side of the ocean. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Okay, that's a lot. Oh, I read the story about that guy.
The
guy that went to Georgia or something like that.
Yeah, basically faked he has kids, he has a wife, faked his death, went, one of these Eastern Bloc nations, because that's where his mistress is.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I know that guy.
Yeah, you're kind of familiar with that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's getting rep today, and Who Sucks Less?
Oh. Who Sucks Less is coming up for you. It's 4:30.
And he might suck the least.
We have a pretty big special show planned for you on Friday, so we want to make sure that you know about it and be sure to tune in as we celebrate 20 years here on the Rock in Seattle. Now, when we do the end-of-year spectacular, there are a clip or two that we'll play from previous years that people just like
Teeny Tiny Mouth Guy.
You know the ones.
Donovan, right.
Right. The basic ones we play. We're going to go a little bit deeper this time around. As far as some of the stuff more toward the beginning of our time here. Yeah. There's a lot of just wackadoo stuff in there.
I forgot about 90% of it. And Mike was sifting through this stuff this morning. One of our listeners actually sent us a clip. And I'm like, what is this? And I put it on, and I was laughing my ass off. Yeah. I'm like, this is so stupid, but I was in tears at my desk laughing at how dumb all of this is.
We're also putting together some pictures for the Men's Room Facebook page over the years. If you have a picture you'd like to share from any of the events, things that we don't remember.
Castle pulled one up last night after band practice. We're going through them. We're both like, not that one.
Yeah.
It's like, right.
Email them or send them to Mike on Facebook. And we'll get them up there so we can relive the 20 years. And listening to some of this stuff today, you just forget about a lot of it. Like, what in the hell was that? What was
you walking into the office today, man? I don't remember this event, but I was central to it. And it's like, dude, the first time you did so-and-so. And I'm like, what? So I walked in there and listened, and I'm like, what? I don't even remember this moment, but that's
it was the first time you powdered your testicles.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play.
I was real happy.
Are we playing that one tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll get it on there.
Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Friday.
We found, what else? Just a bunch of different segments that we...
A handful. You guys did a segment back in the day. It was called Stunts on a Dime.
That's
there
right.
was a lot of content there from Stunts on a Dime that we might have to bring
Also,
back.
there was Hot Tub Tuesday.
There was Hot Tub Tuesday.
And I think that was just Ted's day. Because he was living in a place with a hot tub.
Right?
Yeah. So, my buddy, me and Steve Rock used to hot tub.
That's right.
Then me and him stopped, and then Cobb and I started hot tubbing, and that was the precursor to the podcast.
Really? That's how you got started in a hot tub.
Yeah. We were just like, all right, well, we sit here every Tuesday and chat.
Let's put a microphone.
So I was going to say, why don't you record? Well, you can't anymore, but I mean, you could have recorded the podcast in the hot tub.
In the tub.
Well, Kevin Hart does that thing where he's in like in a cold pool.
Kevin Hart and I have different balances on our bank accounts.
That's a good point.
I don't know that I need to take electrical equipment to the hot tub of a building I'm renting in.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Do you have a hot tub in your building?
No, I used to.
But you have a pool now.
Yeah. Oh, it's barely open. I don't want to get
About
into
to say, is it shutting down already?
Yeah, it wasn't open We got teenagers from other pools.
Oh, you were saying
Oh, so they
that,
shut
right.
it down?
Yeah.
They shut her down.
No way.
Yeah,
All because
man.
of vagrants.
Well,
Oh, yeah, they are. They're breaking into your pool.
Yeah.
Well, that's vagrants.
Hooligans.
That's right. Numbskulls. All that stuff. No, but Friday's going to be good. We've got, what else? What else did you find that was...
Oh, shoot, dude. There's a full file there because we try to save as much as we can here. There's a lot of different benchmarks that you guys went through that I remember some of them. Some of them I remember as a listener. Others I have no freaking idea what you guys were
Mike comes to me and goes, who is little baby Jesus? I was like, well, that's the fifth member of the men's room. That's our goldfish, but I forgot that the actual
was a
tank.
great video.
The actual tank had little baby Jesus in there.
Yeah, that's
it was just little baby Jesus shooting salesman guns,
it was just
shooting the finger guns, and then a goldfish swimming.
Right, 'cause it had, what Jesus is that? It's from Dogma.
Oh, is that right?
yeah.
The Jesus
the
with
movie.
the finger
Yeah,
guns.
yeah.
I did like to set the bowl down and Ted immediately.
That guy lived with us for like 3 days.
Oh, no.
We'll talk about it more on Friday, but 3
He
days.
made it like 30-some
Yeah.
days.
Yeah. We also used to work with this woman named Joyce. God bless her.
Oh, yeah.
Joyce was wonderful.
That one's on there, too.
This really never, I'm not sure that we ever aired these things on the air.
No.
But we just kept them for our own.
Did we never post those videos?
Well, we posted the videos, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But we never aired them. So we never put them on the air with the show.
Correct.
So basically, if you put something in the kitchen, Joyce would be the first person to go in there and grab it.
Well, they'd always send out an email, right? So I don't know.
We've
They would
got-
throw a party. There's cupcakes left.
Yeah.
And within like 1 minute of that email being sent, Joyce would walk up the hall, go into the kitchen, grab cupcakes. So to put it to the test one time, we took Dixie cups and filled them with water out of the sink that is in the kitchen. Right? There's nothing special. And we sent an email that said, free cups of water in the kitchen.
We also had a cake. I think.
And I swear to God, Joyce came walking down the hall, grabbed herself a cup of water, went back to her.
But as soon as she gets it, then she'll come around. She used to walk around and tell everybody that there's stuff in the kitchen.
Oh, very good.
So once she got what she wanted, then she walk around going, hey,
There's water in the kitchen.
yeah, water in the kitchen. You know. But we are timing it out, and I think it was like 60 seconds.
Not even, dude. It was
Yeah,
like
she
30
was
seconds.
on it quick.
Yeah, and she started walking down the hall, and we were filming her.
Yes.
But she couldn't see it because we had the door closed in our office, but our office had a window on the side of it, so we could kind of look through. And I mean, she just rounds the corner, and we just lose it. I mean,
seconds.
it was unbelievable. We had a lot of fun back in the day. So we're going to relive all that on Friday.
Old school days.
Yeah, before our party on Saturday. And that party, by the way, it is sold out. I know we got a couple emails like, hey, man, can we still stop by? No, it's inside. Tickets are what they are. That's fire code stuff.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Nothing we can do about that. So sorry about that. We'll have another party down the road. This is just the one for 20 years. From what I understand, Jolene's going to post.
That's what I heard.
That's rumor on the street.
Yep, she's
So with
stopping
parties
by.
1 to 6, she'll get there at 6:15. If
I just missed
if she
it.
sticks to the true Jolene formula.
She's still putting on her makeup at about 5:45, right? And then she'll get the car and start driving. Get there at about that time. Yeah, good times, good times. All right, on to the question today. We're going to talk about who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible. And we've got a number of stories we're going to share with you. We talk about Florida a lot. Here's another one. Actually, this one happened in the Bahamas with a guy from Florida. An American man's vacation to the Bahamas ended in tragedy on Sunday after his watercraft collided with a boat near Paradise Island. Police responded about 11:30 and found the jet ski rider unresponsive with visible injuries. Medical staff later confirmed he had died at the scene. The fatal crash is the latest, they say, in a string of jet ski accidents involving Americans in the Bahamas.
What is going on in the Bahamas?
I have been told many times, whether you are in Jamaica, whether you are in Cabo, don't do the jet ski thing.
I think the issue is that there's so many tourists that rent them and don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
So it's not the jet skis, it is the people that are renting.
But most people I know, like, that have ever been on a jet ski, it's in a place like that. And they just
You're right.
rent them.
And it's like, dude, let's get jet skis. Have you ever done it before? No. Yeah. How hard can it be? I'm like, well, apparently, if you're doing it in the Caribbean, real bad.
Well, and jet skis are just different if you don't know what you're doing.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I have a friend, his dad had some, and one of the guys crashed into the other one, like literally like the fifth day they had him.
And that's like, look, I've wrecked snowmobiles before. I have wrecked jet skis. But the jet skis that we had, you stood up on them. There was a platform.
Yeah,
in
the old
back,
school ones, right.
And you picked up the front.
Yeah.
You could ride them down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could ride them on the back. But you actually got up on one knee, and you got up and you popped up. And that's how I learned to jet ski. Now, the way that I think the jet ski that I was using at that day came to a demise there's a thing called doing a submarine. So basically, you could hit the wake off the back of a boat if you're just crisscrossing, because you like to jump them. But you can nosedive that thing down underneath the water. Then you gun it when you're under the water, and you pop back up. And it was the most badass move ever. It was a cool thing to do. But I flooded it. Well, I was trying to do it too many times and flooded that. Now we have the story of an elderly couple. This is the most bizarre stuff you'll ever hear. An 85-year-old man lost his life after a herd of cows charged him and his wife during a hike in the Australian Alps. Retired couple are from Vienna. They're walking their dog near a mountain hut in Styria, the province, when 9 cows, including 3 calves, suddenly stampeded. Both hikers suffered severe injuries. A spokesman said to the police, witnesses and staff at the mountain, they rushed to help, called in emergency responders. The man and his 82-year-old wife were airlifted to a hospital in Salzburg. The man did die before surgery could be performed. Authorities then launched an investigation.
What are you investigating?
Witnesses
They're
say
trampled by cows.
Cows are apparently disturbed by the couple's dog, a mixed breed that was only slightly injured. They say fatal encounters with cows are rare in Austria.
Did we have to mention that he's a mixed breed?
I got to bring it up now.
Seems a little unnecessary.
Where typically, they say, cattle typically graze unfenced in popular hiking regions. But a woman was fatally trampled by cows last year while hiking with her 2 small dogs. In response to a fatal cow attack a decade ago, Austria has introduced safety guidelines for mountain walkers, urging people to keep a safe distance from cows and to keep dogs on a short leash. Though hikers are advised to unleash their dogs if cows attack.
Wait, what? So keep your dog on a leash, but
unless
if
the
the cows
start attacking you, then let the dog go, because the closer the dog is to you, the more the cows are going to be close to you and try to stop.
So the issue is more the dogs than the people. Is that what they're getting at here?
It seems to be, yes.
All right.
So our question: who or what was damaged, and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Shiloh. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola.
Hola.
So I won't finish the sentence. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So I guess, do you just want me to answer the question?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know, like most questions when people ask it, you just hope someone answers it. So that, I think, Shiloh, that is a fantastic idea.
Thank you. I'm going to try my best. So I guess what happened was I was living in a place, and I'm a disabled trans person, and I had a cis Christian roommate who wouldn't leave me alone. And I sent a bunch of emails to property management and told them to please stop, and asked everybody around me to please help this person stop.
But he was your roommate?
Yeah. It was my roommate, and he just really wanted, I don't know if he wanted to be in a relationship with me or what, but so he...
That's like being in a tiger cage and telling the tiger not to bite you. So just don't go in the cage. Get out of that area. I mean, you can't have a roommate who, anybody around... Look, I have neighbors, but if my wife is beating me or my husband is beating me, that's on me. Right. I can't expect them to, run in from next door and beat my door down and protect my ass.
Yeah, I tried to get away. I don't have any family. I didn't have anywhere to go. I tried asking everybody I knew, including, local queer nonprofits and stuff, and they all were just kind of like, well, can't help you. Sorry. But then what happened was I asked for all this help, and I said I was going to put forth a restraining order stuff on Monday, and I talked to the police. I talked to the property management. I said, hey, guys, this is what's going on. I need some help. And then what this cis Christian person did is he went to the cops first, and he has landlord parents. So, and my poor ass couldn't, I don't know. I've been doing
Once again, bedroom colors.
Am I
here
missing
are the
something?
7
I
words
think you are.
Can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now back to the program.
No more S-bombs there, Shiloh.
Oh, sorry, my bad. But anyways, I had some other stuff going on. And so I was busy, but this guy wouldn't leave me alone. And he went to the police Well, first he came over with a bunch of his friends and demanded that I explain myself after I moved my room to a different floor of the house just to get away from him. And he kept coming down and bothering me. And then when I told him no, stay away, told everybody what was going on, he went to the police first with his landlord parents and put a restraining order against me, I guess.
Dude, are we missing something?
Are you living in the home that his parents own?
No, I just met this guy in December on a Facebook group.
Okay.
I was fleeing a domestic violence situation from another state.
Why was he putting a restraining order against you if you had never done anything that required that?
I don't know, man. I was just trying to survive. I said, leave me alone. I was making art and having a good time with my cat in the backyard, living in the basement. And this person kept coming in my business, and it made me so afraid and so uncomfortable because he put me in jail. He said he was a child of God. And
how did he put you in jail if you didn't do anything?
What was the crime that they arrested you for? What? What do you mean you don't know? They have to tell you.
Yes, you can't be arrested without. You have to have that information. So what did you get arrested for?
I am not sure. They put me in a cell, cell 128, and it had a bunch of religious stuff on it, and it said, no rest. These are the trials and tribulations of a child of God. And then a guy...
And this is King County Jail.
No, this was Whatcom County Jail up in Bellingham, Washington.
But they never told you why you're in jail. That's what you're telling them. They just arrested you and threw you in a jail cell.
They arrested me, threw me into jail. They'd done it before.
For what? What did they arrest you for? Even when I got arrested, they told me I was arrested for resisting arrest, which is stupid. It makes no sense. But at least they gave a reason. They didn't just snatch my ass off the street and throw me in a jail cell, man.
They didn't give me a reason. They said that this person said that I was harassing and threatening them when I was trying to be by myself. And I can't contact my public defender. Nobody is letting me get the information. If you call the Bellingham Municipal Courthouse, even today, there is a recorded robot line and no one's picking up their calls. I've already talked to city council, county council, the guy.
Mike, did this dude tell you he was crazy?
So
I'm not tracking.
You can get a restraining order. It's not that hard to get a restraining order against somebody that could be completely BS. Yeah. So the only thing I could figure is if the dude upstairs said, "Hey, I'm putting a restraining order," and then he's still in the house, the cops would arrest him.
There's a few omitted details there. I heard that there was a dispute with the roommate. Property was destroyed, and they were the damaged individual here. So I was like, okay, and then we got this.
How did all of that happen then? Like the question we asked, in no way did he even get close to what the hell we asked.
No, that was a fumble on my part. My apologies, boys.
No. It's not you.
How would you know? Who or what was damaged, and who or what was responsible? I think we're damaged now. 206-803.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
On Fox 1, now you can stream your favorite live sports, so you can be there live for the biggest moments.
Touchdown!
And catch history in the making.
Gibby, meet Freddie!
Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim! This is incredible!
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go! This time for real!
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Find your next ride at Autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Right.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Police in New Jersey looking for dozens of people who allegedly took over a city street and damaged police cars in what turned into a chaotic scene. It occurred around 2:30 Sunday at the intersection of Secaucus Road and County Avenue.
Secaucus, Mike. We're back in Secaucus.
That's where more than 100 vehicles that took over the road while driving recklessly and doing donuts in the street. When officers get there, they're quickly surrounded by more than 50 people. Some of the crowd jumped on top of the marked police vehicles. Others shot fireworks at and under the cars.
Some fireworks.
Fortunately, none of the officers were hurt. Some of the police vehicles did sustain damage.
Oh, yeah.
Other police were called in from nearby areas and the crowd scattered. None of the officers were hurt. About, I think it was probably last year, 2 years ago. Coming into work, pull out of my driveway, start going up the road. Someone leaving Fremont, I guess in the middle of the night, had basically sideswiped at least 6 cars.
Jeez, man.
There are rear view mirrors in the streets. There is substantial damage to cars. I did not hear any of this. You would think that, you're sleeping, you could probably hear that. I didn't hear any of it. But I mean, it was a trail of just glass and car parts and destruction the entire way up the road. I was just like, man, I am so happy that I did not park my car on the street. Because
I saw that once. We were living in Belltown. Me and my wife, we had the 6th floor of the building, corner unit, right, great spot. And when the bars let out, 2 a.m., man, it is basically a party on the street. So everyone's descending to the cars. This guy comes flying down the hill, turns the corner, slams into 2 cars, F's his car up. He tries to drive off, but he had enough frame damage he couldn't. So he gets out of his car and tries to run away. Keep in mind, there's probably 90 people on the street, so they all see him. And this dude gets tackled. They didn't quite beat his ass, but they took him down, okay? So we're kind of watching this from the balcony. And look, I know it sounds bad, but I'm like, this is awesome, right? Because you're watching this unfold in real time. So
yeah,
they're kind of holding the guy there. They call the cops. The cops show up. They deal with him, whatever. The fun part was we kept sitting on the balcony because I said, do you realize the people that own these 2 cars, they're not at their cars yet. So about 20 minutes later, again, people still leaving the bar, these 2 different couples. I just remember this one dude is so pissed. He walks down, he turns the corner, and you can tell when he makes eye contact with his car, like 3 cars down. And his hands just slowly spread. He's looking at his girlfriend, and then you hear the loudest F-bomb you've ever heard in your life. Now, keep in mind, by the time he got there, most of the crowd had dispersed, the cops were gone, and the tow truck had already taken away the drunk driver's car. So he has no idea what happened. And then you see this other couple come around the corner. Their car's effed up as well. So you can see them talking to each other. So my wife and I are now yelling down from the balcony, like, hey, man, your car was hit by a drunk driver. He's like, what? Oh, we saw the whole thing. Like, did they get the guy? I'm like, oh, the crowd damn near beat his ass. I'm like, yeah. But they towed his car to whatever the local tow truck yard was around us. So we explained it to him. He's like, yeah, all right, man. Yeah, thanks. Then he tries to start his car. The car won't start. And just this other F-bomb pops out. I'm like, I can't help you at this point, man.
Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Katie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
First of all, congrats on 20 years. And my husband and I will be seeing you on Saturday.
Awesome. Nice. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So this is a pretty short one, but an odd one. My ex was working at the Greenwood Fred Meyer and came out to his back windshield being cracked, like spiderweb cracked.
Okay.
Apparently there are birds in the Greenwood area that get these nuts off these trees and they'll fly up really, really high and then drop the nuts to try to crack them open.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't believe him when he told me, but I saw it for myself working in the same area at a different time. And I'm like, no way.
So what are the nuts? Do we know what kind of nut it is?
Like a chestnut?
It looks like a walnut or some sort. It's like a big dark nut. And apparently when they throw them down, they try to crack them open to get what's inside. Well, his car was their target that day, I guess, and it landed right in the middle at the base of his back windshield and just spiderweb cracked the whole thing.
Now, does your insurance company believe that?
No, that was an out-of-pocket. We tried talking to the store about it because at first, we were thinking it's property damage or someone at the store did it. And then when we found the nut, we brought it in. They're like, sorry, that's nature.
Yep. I used to have crows. Crows would use my skylight to crack stuff. And then the seagulls, they would get, they would pull some crabs out of the water.
Oh, yeah, the crabs, man.
And then they would get on top of my roof and drop them down onto the driveway to crack them open to eat them. So I would get up in the morning, there'd be like a full crab disseminated, just in the middle of my driveway. I'm like, what is this? How did this happen?
Until you figure it out.
Until I saw it.
What
until
in the
I
hell?
saw it happen.
Yeah.
I did not know.
My buddy's dealing with it right now with peanuts. And he's in the same neighborhood. He can't figure. And he was like, I think there's squirrels, and they come up here to eat them. But he's got like a rooftop deck.
All right.
But that's my theory. These birds are getting these peanuts from somewhere, and they're either dropping them down or they just like to sit on his deck and eat them.
Where are the peanuts coming from? Because at my house, all right, every morning when I take the dog out, and it's only in the morning, there'll be 6 or 7 peanuts kind of strewn through the driveway. And is it the crows? Because I'm like, I don't. And look, this has been going on for years now, and it's one of those things, it's not important, it has no effect on me, but I'm just like, why the F are there always peanuts in the driveway?
I think people just feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, man.
I had a buddy that had a skunk problem because the neighbor he lived next to was feeding him.
Come on.
Yeah.
And what do you feed a skunk? I wouldn't even know what to give it. A skunk comes up and says,
Mike, what was your neighbor giving the skunks?
It was like bird feed, dude. It was like nothing all that bad.
Yeah, it was Mike.
He'd throw like bread and whatnot out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I got this buddy that had a skunk problem. The neighbor kept feeding him.
Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK.
Why was your neighbor feeding the skunk? What did he hope
Because
to
he's
achieve?
Snow White. I have no idea, dude. First he had birds that was out there, which is fine. He's got a little bird feeder, and it's all good and dandy.
Sure.
And the thing is, it wasn't necessarily the skunks. It was the raccoons. And I think it was because the raccoons in the middle of the night would climb into the bird feeder and take all the bird feed out. So I'm hoping...
He thought the solution
I'm giving
was
him the
to
benefit
feed
of the doubt here. But yeah, he'd throw whatever food. Like, he would go out. I would see his light turn on. He'd walk out back. The raccoons are running after him to go and get this food. That he goes to the back of his yard, and he'd toss out bread and whatever leftovers that he had.
I do that for my pet rat. On the front
You're going to get skunks in no time.
But you don't need to feed raccoons. If any animal is savvy about getting his hands on food, it's probably a frickin' raccoon,
right.
man.
And the thing is that the skunk figured it out, so that the skunk came over and started eating the food out of there. But then the skunk would climb under the fence into my yard, under my shed, and that's where it held up for the rest of the day.
So I throw this rat all the leftovers out, everything. Rats don't eat popcorn.
Really?
Smell it, walk away. That rat would eat anything I get. I could throw anything out there. A little piece of cheese. Of course, rats like cheese. But I would take a little piece of lunch meat or whatever.
They don't eat popcorn.
Bread. No.
They don't know what they're missing,
I
man.
watch because he would look up at me, and I'd be like, all right, dude, just hold on. I'd run back in the refrigerator and grab some, because he knew I was going to feed him. So he would just kind of lurk around, and he'd get up on his hindquarters, like look up, throw him some crap, had a handful of popcorn. I was like, here, dude. That popcorn sat out in my yard for like a month.
I cannot believe rats don't eat popcorn.
Dude, animals are strange. Like goats, I'm pretty sure, don't eat carrots.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, but they'll eat anything.
Anything but not carrots. And your rat won't eat popcorn.
Well, then I found him one day out in the street. He was all just
smashed.
He was just jacked, yeah. Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK.
Did you make a little memorial for him?
I'm pretty sure that was the same rat because I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, well, that's probably.
But I mean, a rat could look at me and be like, he eats a lot. He doesn't eat mushrooms.
You know what? That's fair. That is fair. But here's the difference. People eat mushrooms. You don't eat mushrooms. So is it that this rat does not eat popcorn, or is it that rats in general do not appreciate popcorn?
I don't know. I don't feed rats.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't either. Well, the next rat that comes to the yard, see if he'll eat popcorn.
Miles, next time you befriend a rat.
Yeah.
Well, he lived in my little front area.
Sure.
I mean, he was somewhere in the bushes in there. So I just took care of him and threw him whatever I could find.
Well, rats need all the help they
first
can
time I
get.
threw him Cheetos because I had Cheetos.
He'll eat Cheetos.
He eats Cheetos.
But not popcorn.
Then he started really, He just remembered that I was going to give him some food.
Well, yeah.
So, man, every
if
time
someone
I saw
gave
him,
me Cheetos every time I saw them, I'd be like, I'm going to go see that guy because he gives me Cheetos.
I could walk out the front door and be within 2 feet of him and walk out my gate, and he would stay right there.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't even run. He was perfectly, he knew. He's like, we're buds.
Yeah, well, you're feeding them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to treat people like everyone at the school loves the lunch lady. Every time you see her, she's just giving you food.
Right, what do we all say? I feel like a lot of people be like, it's not like mom's cooking, though.
Yeah,
it's always
exactly.
free.
I think the rat said that.
Anytime anyone cooks for you, it's better.
Agree.
You could make a peanut butter. If I made you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it would be better than the one that you would make.
I'll have my mother cook for you, and I bet you'll take that back.
Now, if I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for me, and you made one for me, yours would taste better.
No, not peanut butter and jelly.
Why?
I have a very specific way that I like it. I'm the only person that does it that way. Now, any other sandwich, maybe, but not the peanut butter and jelly.
What is your specific way?
I just like a lot of peanut butter, almost a nest ton, a lot of peanut butter, certain amount of jelly. My wife always watches me with amazement. I'm like, look, man, this is how I like my peanut butter and jelly. So even when she says, would you like me to make you peanut butter and jelly? I'm like, no.
Okay. Well, I mean, you could add, sorry, you could add a lot of peanut butter, but you got to have a decent amount of jelly.
Well, that's you.
Oh.
I mean, that's you, man. That's why I don't want you making my peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm making it
That's
crunchy.
how you like
I'm making
it.
it crunchy
See,
for both
again,
you bastards.
you like crunchy peanut butter. Like, I don't want you to make my peanut butter. You can make me any other sandwich. Do not make me a peanut butter and
I'll
jelly.
make you bologna.
There you go.
And cheese. Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK.
That's extra.
God forbid we made him a turkey sandwich or something else.
Bologna.
You get PB&J or bologna.
Bologna's
I
great.
feel like I'm him and I'm in 5th grade. Like, can I get something else?
Bologna sandwich.
Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
How's it going?
Hola.
So, this is probably 2010. Me and my brother, it was after a rainstorm in Arizona. We went out, goofed around in the local cow pond. It was full of mud and having a lot of fun. I jumped up on the back of his truck and grabbed a hold of his headache rack. Well, we did like 3 or 4 spins in the mud while I'm holding onto his truck. And then, my feeding lost control, and he threw me 20 foot, and I ended up separating my left shoulder.
Ooh, damn. Well, could you pop it back in?
Well, it didn't dislocate. I didn't realize I'd separated it. I had just landed on it, and it hurt bad. But I was too busy having fun, so I lit the fire. We burned a couple couches and mattresses out there while we were doing that. And but I don't know, about 4 days later, I couldn't take it any longer. I went to a doctor, and they said, "Yeah, you separated that right there. There's supposed to be a tendon right there. It's not there." So.
Why were you burning sofas and mattresses?
Because we're rednecks and playing in the country and having fun.
Okay. That answers. It's just that simple.
I mean, bed bugs, I understand.
Well, wait. Where do you get all these sofas and mattresses? Like, it does sound fun, but even if I said, hey, guys, everyone on the show, we're going to burn sofas and mattresses, they go, cool. Where do we go to get them? Because I'm not grabbing my sofa and lighting it.
Yeah, I'm not burning my stuff.
Well, no, we the little town that we grew up in, people would just throw out their mattresses in the alley to get picked up on trash day, and by the time trash day was there, they weren't there any longer.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I wish they would do that in Fremont.
Well, you could.
Because there's like a lot, there's furniture out there. You could decorate your entire house just going up down the street.
Oh, no, everywhere.
I mean, I swear to God. Like, people just oh, somebody, I want this.
Nobody wants their desk or bookshelf. That seems to be the primary things that end up
their
on the
office
corner.
chair.
Yes.
You walk up to that office chair and you look at that chair and you're like, what went on here?
You know what went on there.
This is a DNA lab, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't want who wants this? You could actually see the moisture stains. Like, I don't know if you spilled a soda or whatever else. Like, no one wants. Then there's a rip in it. Like, nobody wants this chair, dude.
Just throw it away.
It's a personal item.
Right.
Like, if your office chair is really yours. I mean,
if it's a standard office chair,
you sit in it all day. I mean, you own that. Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK.
I always like that they're right. Free. Someone put a sign that says no kidding.
Every once in a while, when I lived on Capitol Hill, you'd see a chair or two where I was like, this doesn't look that bad.
Like the solid wood chair is not so bad. Who did we just talk to that said she got her sofa? Was it her sofa or her bed? We were talking to Donnie. And we were in the conference room.
Right.
What did
she got it in an alleyway.
But what was it, a sofa or
it was
bed?
a
Was it a lazy boy?
It was a lazy boy.
The lazy
boy.
Yeah, and I mean, look, she's a real cool chick. She's the last person I would have thought to say, oh, yeah, the one I'm sitting on now, man.
Sweet, free sofa.
Yeah. Like, okay.
I mean, those lazy boys are great, but they're expensive.
You know what? That's a good point.
You still, I mean, because yours, somebody gave you yours, right, Mike? You still have it?
Yes. It's not a lazy boy. It is an armchair that my grandmother gave to me because it came out of one of the other units of her retirement complex that came up empty.
Somebody died in that thing, man.
Probably.
I mean, look.
There's a black stain at the very end of it.
God.
Like my dad, by the time, right, like everybody, like I was long gone.
Yeah.
But he basically just got rid of furniture in his house.
All right.
And just had like two lazy boys with like a table in between.
That's it?
Right. And had every channel you could imagine. He really got into online or off-track betting. But when we were cleaning out that house, like I even said to my brother, I go, man, we did the math. Shipping a lazy boy is expensive.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't know I had the room, but I was like, man, I would take one of those. Those things are so nice.
Did your brother take them?
You know, I think in the end, maybe my nephew took one down to school or something because he had a buddy with a truck, but trying to ship her across the country. I was like, when you did the math, I was like, I might as well just buy one.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, my brother.
Hola.
Congrats on your anniversary.
Oh, thank you, man.
All right. So my story, I told Mike I had two. Like I said, the first one, I worked in law enforcement and security years ago when I was young, dumb, and really eager. All right. So the first one was I was doing a patrol shift. They had a swing arm ballard at this gate. I pulled up and parked, let the guy out to replace the new guy went in. He decided to check the gate. I was parked where the gate was. I saw the swing arm coming. As soon as it hit the hood, I was like, oh no. And I slammed it in reverse and started backing. So I put a crease all the way across the front. They sent me down for a P test. I was safe because a patrol sergeant was with me when I was doing it and saw exactly what happened. Yay.
That's fortunate.
One, all we did was crease the hood. The second one, I was a lieutenant at the Naval Kitsap base, and I totaled the patrol sergeant's car one day by driving it into a stationary bollard. I didn't lose my job on that one, but this car had historically a problem with the radio, and I had not heard anything in a while, and I was cruising about 5 miles an hour, and I reached down to adjust the squelch, and I rolled right into a bollard, and it just crunch totaled the car.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever destroy your own vehicle or just patrol vehicles?
You know what? I have never had an accident with my privately owned vehicle.
I gotta ask, when you destroy a patrol car, is it like the movies? Does it go like?
I wasn't. What do you mean? I wasn't running sirens or anything. I was just patrolling, cruising along like 7 miles an hour too. It was crazy. But I had to go to a week-long driving school, which was crazy, you know.
Yeah,
and I couldn't drive the government vehicles and that's hard as a shift lieutenant. But then about a year later, I started teaching EVOC courses to the police and the firefighters. So kind of weird.
Okay, little bit.
I saw a one of the original Chrysler 300s the other day.
Yeah,
big ass car, but it reminded me because it's long of the Chrysler New Yorker.
Oh yeah,
my buddy Jeff, who I told you a story about him crashing when he spilled his tea in his car. So his dad went it took his wife, his mother to like some work convention somewhere. So the house is empty, and my buddy borrows his dad's car. Now, traditionally, he would take his mom's Dodge Omni.
That makes sense.
But his dad had a Chrysler New Yorker. So he and his girlfriend go out on a date. I don't know where exactly they went. I know that his older brother was living at home, so they couldn't exactly stay and go back there.
Right.
His older brother was kind of, he would have told. Anyway, so he goes out, does this parking thing. They decide that they're going to have sex on top of the hood of his dad's car because the hood is that big on a Chrysler New Yorker. They dented the hood of the car.
Was it a butt print shape?
In the middle. I don't know if it was like that identifiable.
Right.
But obviously the weight had been pushed right in the middle of the car. So when they went to try to pop the dent out of the car, he and his brother were trying to fix this thing. and it made it look even worse. Oh, no. So his dad gets, I don't know.
Was it now like a hump?
I don't know if they were banging it out with a hammer.
Oh, jeez.
Or whatever. They're just trying to pop the dent out.
Yeah.
They did more damage on the underneath side of the hood of the car. That was when I didn't see him for the rest of the summer.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
16 years old, you get grounded for the summer. Because typically when you're that old, you don't really get a grounding.
Unless you do something like that.
Yeah, that's not bad grades. He ruined a car.
Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
On Fox 1, now you can stream your favorite live sports, so you can be there live for the biggest moments.
Touchdown!
And catch history in the making.
Gibby! Meet Freddie!
Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now.
You can't count on much these days,
No way, Jim! This is incredible!
but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go! This time for real!
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox 1. The voices you trust, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
This is the story breaking right now.
Fox 1, we live for live.
Try it free for 7 days. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
You can't count on much these days,
No way, Jim! This is incredible!
but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go! This time for real!
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
This is not good. A hyperbaric chamber caught fire in Arizona. Wait till you hear this. Leading to the death of a 43-year-old man inside the highly pressurized, oxygen-filled compartment. Police officers and firemen in the resort community of Lake Havasu City rushed to a home at about 10:50 on Wednesday, answering calls of a reported medical emergency for a burn patient. The 911 caller's information added that the patient was inside a hyperbaric chamber when the burns occurred. The first arriving crews identified smoke throughout the building and an intact hyperbaric chamber that appeared to have had a flash fire in the chamber with a patient inside. The patient was pronounced deceased upon arrival of the emergency crew. The victim of the eye was identified as physical therapist Walter Wally Foxcroft. The cause of the flash fire and the circumstances around the incident are still under investigation. They say Wally was an unforgettable presence on the sidelines, an energetic, charismatic performer, known for his signature moonwalk and passion for bringing joy to Arizona fans. He was kind of played the role of Wilbur T. Wildcat. He was also a member of the school's cheerleading team.
He was the mascot?
He was the mascot.
How old was he?
He was 43 years old, but he was a mascot between 2002 and 2005.
All right.
They said Wally's dedication to uplifting others through performance, healing, and innovation will never be forgotten. Thank you, Wilbur, for the spirit, the showmanship, and the legacy you leave behind. A hyperbaric chamber that he was inside caught on fire.
You realize how bad that is, all right?
Correct.
So a hyperbaric chamber, it is a sealed tube full of 100% pure oxygen.
Where they say unregulated healthcare facilities have these things, but they are oxygen therapy.
Right. It's a therapeutic thing, but it's 100% pure oxygen. So if there is a fire, nothing good. NASA figured that out. So
is that what those guys took to get up Everest without supplemental oxygen? Were they putting themselves in here for like a half an hour a day? Or
maybe. I don't remember what they did, but yeah, they did something so they didn't have to take oxygen, or they easily adapted to the height of Everest. But years ago, early in the NASA program, they filled the capsules with 100% pure oxygen. And then 2 or 3 astronauts burned up before the thing even launched because there was a spark in the cockpit, the wiring and all that. A single spark, but one spark, pure oxygen. Mm-hmm. They were incinerated. And that's when they said, you know what, man, maybe we just fill it with air like we have here on Earth. Let's not do it. Seemed like a good idea up until that happened. And it's just poof, and you're gone.
My buddy almost burned his entire garage down one day. His family he had 2 sisters, and they had an above-ground swimming pool.
Okay.
Now, not only do they have a above-ground swimming pool, but they had configured it in a way where if you were out on the back deck, you open up a slider, there's a deck, you did another step down to another deck, and that deck kind of led up to the above-ground pool. So
okay.
It didn't go all the way around it, but it was, you could jump.
I was just in one. You kind of can't tell it's above-ground pools. The deck's kind of built to it.
Right. Correct. So it's like 3 or 4 feet high.
Yeah.
But the outside of that pool was exposed. Now, I saw the aftermath of this. So, neighborhood football game going on. I don't know what member of the neighborhood ran into that thing or got tackled into it.
Oh.
But it collapsed the entire... And this was like a Thanksgiving game.
Right.
It collapsed the entire side of that pool in the middle of the fall and absolutely it just caved in on itself. All the water went everywhere. I mean, it wasn't like fresh. It was like
sure.
The pool had been,
that's kind of
closed for a couple months. So, but it destroyed the pool.
Yeah.
You could not put the thing back up. So, for a while there, they just had this deck that was kind of like a half moon, but there was nothing there.
Did they ever replace the pool? Or as far as you know, or did it just stay this weird half moon?
No, they tore down the deck.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Complete disaster. Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803.
I mean, my cousins, I grew up, they had an above-ground pool, but it was third base when we played wiffle ball.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I knew one guy that had an above-ground pool, and this is in upstate New York, so you're kind of out in the woods a little bit, but like every time you wanted to get in the pool, this guy's mother would have to come out and she had the net because the birds would drop fish into it. Not on purpose. I think it just slid out of the top. But I mean, you're talking like big-ass trout and stuff, but you would get in, and I mean, there's like 3 or 4 big-ass fish floating around. And at first, we thought, like, are you, like, trying to keep these as pet? And he's like, this guy named Carl. He's like, no, man, the birds keep dropping it in here. Like, but this is every day during the summer. He's like, yeah, get my mom. She comes out with the net, scoops it out. And we would immediately jump in after that. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but we're like, cool, no more fish, jump in.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. And the other problem they had is as fall started getting near, frog mating season would fire up. And they would. Have you ever seen frog eggs?
I don't know that I have.
It's very, very, very gross.
Very gelatinous.
It's just super gelatinous with all these black dots, and those black dots are tadpoles, your future frogs. But they would do it like in the pool, and all these things they would die because
it's like a
chlorinated water. That's what I'm saying, man. But I mean, it would just be full of these things.
Those are the things my buddy ate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks for Arn sending in another bear story. This one comes from Anchorage, Alaska, where wildlife officials in Alaska have asked neighbors to be high on alert after a 36-year-old woman was attacked by a bear last Tuesday morning.
Shouldn't you be high on alert in Anchorage all the time for bears? That's what it seems to me.
This one's a little bit weird. So, according to Alaska Wildlife Trooper David Loring, the woman was seriously injured when she went for a jog near her home between 5 and 5:30 in the morning. She made it probably 50 yards from her home. The bear came out of another property. It looked like it attacked her and dragged her 100 yards down the road onto a guy's property. Loring said the man was a neighbor who had awakened to noises before daylight when he assumed it was coming from a bear, but he just thought it was maybe chasing a dog or a raccoon. So he goes outside to inspect a half an hour later when it was light out. He heard the barking, the wolfing sound of a bear. He'd been around bears before, and he thought a bear might have gotten a dog or was doing something in the neighborhood. Did not think that much of it. And then he heard it more. Now, in the daylight, he walked out there and located a female in the woods on his property. He said the woman was bleeding from substantial wounds to her face and scalp, but was conscious and able to talk despite being in shock.
Ouch.
She was airlifted to an Anchorage hospital for treatment. When authorities arrived on site, they said the bear had at that point left. They said they believe it is a brown bear, based on the animal's
here to
tracks
wash your car
and other evidence. Yeah, they searched the area. They were not able to find the bear. Loring said there was no sign the bear was protecting a food source. Likely just the woman took it by surprise. Troopers initially said the bear would be put down if located, but Loring said it would be difficult to determine which bear was involved. He also said it's possible the bear may have left the area. Troopers and police have patrols in the neighborhood for the next few days, and residents are asked to stay vigilant. They said it's a good time to remember the bears are out eating salmon at this time and berries as they're trying to bulk up for winter hibernation.
Salmon and berries. It sounds like they're doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
And the bear diet.
That's what I'm saying. The bear diet, man,
Berries,
is
salmon,
Mediterranean. Very Mediterranean. They say if you do go out in the woods, make sure you can hear your surroundings and what's going on. If that's as simple as just not maybe wearing your AirPods at this time of the year, they think that's a pretty good idea.
If you wander through the Alaska wilderness with freaking earbuds in, man, you're begging for it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, so the thing about bears, that's one thing. It's like, I understand if you're protecting your food or if you're protecting your young. But it seems like, at least in the stories I hear, if you surprise a bear, it's just bad.
Correct.
They immediately attack. So I'm picturing like Smokey Bear. It's his birthday. And you're going to throw him a surprise party. I'd be like, don't. I know he seems cool when he's out there in the woods talking forest fires. If he opens his door and you scream surprise, he's going to maul everybody at the party. Bears.
You get at least 4 or 5 people before you calm them down.
I'm especially Yogi Bear.
Smokey.
Dude,
It's a
it's a
surprise.
party, man. Like, don't surprise them. You know what I mean? Do not surprise.
Only you can prevent maulings.
Would you take the bear dragging you down the street for 100 yards, or would you take a shark off the coast of Florida?
Well, I know how the shark one ends, so I'm taking shark.
You're taking the shark.
Look, neither one in my mind is a very winnable situation, but I live on land, so I just feel more comfortable. Even though it's a bear and it's dragging me 100 yards and I have pooped myself and everything else, I feel better about that than a shark in the water. I know. Than a shark in the water. I don't know.
Now we head down to Key Largo, Florida. An 8-year-old boy was bitten by a shark off of Key Largo on Monday, losing a significant amount of blood.
Why do you have weed on him? He's
I don't
only
know.
8.
He's 8 years old. The boy was spearfishing with his dad and a sibling a few miles from Horseshoe Reef around 3:30 when he was bitten on the leg above the knee. The father managed to flag down a dive vessel whose crew rendered aid while transporting the family to the marina. Now, what world are you living in where, people go hunting?
Sure.
I understand that. You take your kids hunting. I've never been hey, kid, you want to go spearfishing?
It's a Florida thing.
It is a Florida
if you,
thing.
If you live that close to the water, because like you said, they probably hunt in the winter, but hey, man, we don't give up the game. Summertime, let's go spearfishing.
That's one of the most dangerous things you can do as far as being attacked by a shark.
Well,
yeah.
Agreed, but it's a Florida thing. It's like kids that grow up in the city. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think twice about them walking down the street to the bodega or the corner store. But when you live in the suburbs, it's like, you better call, you better check in. You know what I mean? So I think people in Florida, it seems insane to me. I wouldn't do it, but it's like, come on, son, you're 8. Let's learn how to spearfish.
Well, as soon as you spear a fish, there's blood in the water.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't do that. But
And
that's
so a lot of people also have a tether where they keep the fish near their body. So once
You're
they
right.
it's like a stringer.
Yeah.
So they've got 4 or 5 dead fish.
You're like the ice cream man at that point.
Yeah.
Shark's like, oh, dude, he's got all kinds of goods on him.
Dude, one time in Jamaica, stopped at this roadside stand. This guy's got jerk chicken, and he's got, he says he has red snapper.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I want one of each, We're going to split this. But there's no snapper. So he gets this gun, a spear gun, right? With a string on it.
Yeah.
And he dives in the water. He's gone for 30 seconds. He comes back up with a fish, like Gunga, like Eddie Murphy. I mean, swear to God. 30 seconds. He goes down, thump, shoots this thing, comes back up, scales it, guts it, puts it on the grill. 15 minutes later, I got a fish sandwich.
How good was it?
It was absolutely one of the best things I've ever tasted.
Probably the freshest fish you've ever eaten in your life.
Back to Florida, emergency
the table.
Oh, yeah,
I
no
mean,
kidding.
I swear to God, I thought maybe he had a string of fish out there or something like that. No. He dives in the water with his gun and shoots immediately. It was the damnest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, emergency dispatch, audio from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office mentioned the patient was pale after a significant amount of blood loss. 2 tourniquets were applied to the leg. The boy was then airlifted to Miami, where he went into surgery on Monday evening. His current condition is unknown, but the incident does come a little more than a year after a 37-year-old man survived multiple bites from a bull shark while spearfishing again off of the coast of Key West.
Aren't bull sharks considered the most aggressive, I believe?
Bull or tiger?
Yeah, tiger might be more aggressive, but I think bull sharks have like the worst bite, if I remember this right.
They seem to like biting humans.
Yeah. Well,
they're more likely to, it seems.
Thing with a tiger shark is they're 18 to 20 feet long.
Are they that big?
They're absolutely insanely huge. Those are the ones that attack people off the coast of
That's Hawaii, right?
Yeah, Pacific Ocean. Yeah, totally. Our question.
No, thanks.
Who or what was damaged and who or what was responsible? 206-803-ROCK. Now we head down to the Grand Canyon. A final damage assessment of the wrath of the Dragon Bravo fire unleashed inside the north rim of the Grand Canyon is complete, and the numbers are pretty grim. Nearly half of the infrastructure in the north rim was damaged or destroyed. Now, among the 106 structures that were scorched or destroyed by flames were the Grand Canyon Lodge, the Visitor Center, and a wastewater treatment plant, according to the Department of Interior Burned Area Emergency Response Team. The area inside the national park was home to 229 structures before the wildfire.
Oh.
Crews will also need to clean up hazardous materials at 3 high-risk sites, including the wastewater treatment plant and the area adjacent to the lodge. In addition, about 1,000 feet of the 3,300-foot water pipeline within the burn area also sustained damage. By the way, the Dragon Bravo fire ignited by a lightning strike. So the lightning was the cause on July 4th. A week later...
July 4th, really?
Then the winds kick in, raced through the area, and the fire exploded in size. By August the 1st, the fire crossed over 100,000 acres burned, reaching what they call a mega fire. The fire closed the Grand Canyon's North Rim for the remainder of the 2025 season after causing the damage. As of Tuesday, the fire had consumed nearly 150,000 acres, but is now 80% contained.
Damn.
Have you guys ever been involved with any kind of bad fires before?
Driving over to Montana a couple years ago.
Were you driving through the fires?
We were we stopped in, I can't remember if it was Ellensburg or Cleellum.
All right.
But we stopped, we met up with a friend, I got like a bite to eat or whatever. And then we were going up 90. And as we were like, I don't know how far we're from Spokane, but we stopped at a rest area and we're like, it is getting smoky. And then, they closed off Route 90 and we had to drive through Cheney. Is it Cheney?
Cheney, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say Cheney. I think they say Cheney.
But it was weird, that much traffic, even on a Friday night or whatever.
Right.
It's just odd seeing that much traffic get diverted through that little town and stuff. And then, we got around that. We spent the night in Spokane. And then if anybody's ever driven out to, Kalispell or whatever, they'll know this. You get over 90 into Montana, make a left at St. Regis, make sure you stop and get one of the milkshakes. They're famous for it. I'm dead serious. But as we made that left at St. Regis, there was signs that are like, there's fire on this road. So they closed it. Nope. We were one of the last cars to get on that road. And we saw a couple, bigger embers kind of going across the road. But, that was the closest I've ever been to one. And then on the way back, a week later, you just saw the devastation on the side of the highway. It's that was the first time, it had really gotten close. I was like, holy cow, they're closing down this entire interstate.
That always looks like the most terrifying thing in the world to me, right? Because we had the California wildfires a couple of years ago, but you get, everyone has a cell phone. No matter how panicked anyone is, we're still going to go ahead and film this, right? So these families who thought they were kind of safe, and like anything, the winds change, whatever, and now your neighborhood is on fire, and they're hopping in the car, and you look down this road they're driving down, and it is just, there's fire on either side. Like you said, these embers look like the size of coconuts just dropping down, and it amazes me that people still have the wherewithal to hold their cell phone up there. As you hear them panicking, oh my God, we got to get out of here. I don't want to die. But you still have your cell phone in your hand filming all this, whatever the case. But when it shows these cars going through that and you see what it looks like from the inside, I'm like, that is a nightmare scenario. And I've never heard anyone sound confident with their ability to get there. Because you'll see storm chasers, right? And they'll say, man, a tornado turned, it's behind us. They're not really screaming. You know, they're more yelling, but they're not panicked. But these fires, man.
And they can jump the highway and this and that. Like,
oh, yeah.
You're right. Like, nobody, like, there's nothing you can do.
No.
And it's so devastating. But, right, there's not fire chasers.
No.
Right? Like, most other big storms,
we'll fly into a hurricane. We'll chase a tornado, fire. They're like, get the hell out.
Correct. Who or what did you damage? 206-803.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. The voices you trust, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
This is the story breaking right now.
Fox One, we live for live.
Try it free for 7 days. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a three-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room.
Who sucks last? Coming up at 4:30 right after emails on our question, who or what did you damage? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Alan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So of the 3 cars that I've owned, the first 2 were totaled, and they were both not my fault.
What were the different vehicles?
One was a 97 Subaru Legacy Outback, and the other was an 03 Outback.
Okay. Got a Subaru thing going on. Is your third vehicle currently a Subaru as well?
Yes, and it will be the last Subaru I ever own.
Is that because you're going to keep it forever or because you're tired of them?
No, it almost ruined my life, but that's a different story.
Yeah, Subarus are known to do that. I don't know why they put it in that. Hey, very safe vehicle rating also might ruin your life. Mm-hmm. So what happened with your first 2 vehicles?
So the first vehicle, I was on my way home from Super Bowl. I think it was 2020. And I'm just driving down 167. It's dead stopped on the highway in just one lane for some reason. Turns out there was an accident ahead of that. So I'm just waiting, not realizing I could just go around. And then someone just plows into the back of me, not even stopping.
So they're how fast do you think they were going when they hit you?
50 miles an hour at least.
Oh, wow.
If you saw the photos, and I can show them on Saturday, it completely annihilated this car.
So it probably was a good thing that you were driving a Subaru because they do have a very good crash rating.
Yeah.
that was the reason why I ended up buying the second one, was because honestly, that car saved my life.
And I've honestly heard that from different Subaru owners. They got a bad accident, the first one, and then they stick with it. How about you? Did you sustain any damage or just the car?
Mostly the car. I had I think I told the story like a year ago. I had like a mild concussion just from that. And then other than that, like no real injuries except for like a bad scrape.
What about the second Subaru?
Second Subaru was, if you remember that ice storm back in like 2022, that really bad one.
Oh, right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas, exactly.
Ted does not remember.
And it lasted all the way through New Year's, didn't it? It seemed like it was still frozen through that point.
It wasn't. It melted on Christmas Eve.
Maybe that was a couple years ago.
So that one, I had the stupid idea, I can go to work. At the time, I again had a Subaru. I was like, okay, I can just drive through here. And I lived a little bit on a hill, so I pulled 5 feet out of my driveway, immediately started sliding sideways.
Yep.
Ended up getting pinned by my neighbor's van, so I had to get out the passenger side. And I pretty much told my boss, hey, I can't come in. There's no way I'm going to move my car. So I just go up to my room, minding my own business. A couple hours pass, I hear this loud crash, and I don't actually investigate until later. And then I see that someone plowed into the side of my car. Granted, it was blocking the entire road, but why were they driving? But then why was I driving?
Yeah, it all comes full circle. What did you do for a living that you debated going to work?
I worked at a car dealership, just moving cars around.
Who did you think was going to go to a car dealership during an ice storm?
You would be very surprised.
I would be. If you're saying it, I absolutely would be. That is See, that's the only problem with this job is, like, if the weather's effed like that, especially an ice storm, where you basically have zero control over a vehicle. They're like, hey, man, we need you guys to come in.
You still can't walk. It's still hard to walk on the sidewalk.
So that we can tell everyone not to go outside. It's one of the weird things. Hey, man, we need you to come in during an ice storm. So you can go on the radio and tell people, whatever you do, don't leave your house.
My road's got a little bit of an uphill to it. Not much. But when that ice hit, it just froze everything.
Well, right, and you're not wrong. There was one year it snowed like right around Christmas and then again like later in that week. And that snow kind of stuck around. But that ice storm just paralyzed everything and I want to say it was like the 23rd. Basically, I had like one buddy was just stuck in my house. I want to say it was like the 22nd into the 23rd. So like late at night on the 23rd, finally at like 8 p.m. it started melting. And then like Christmas Eve was okay. But I tell people all the time, people go, you know how to drive in the snow in Seattle. When it's ice, there ain't nothing you can do. I don't care where you're from. You can't drive on ice.
Right. That's the whole thing. No one drives well on ice, right? And I was an adult before I experienced my first ice storm. I didn't even know that was a thing. And I was in Baltimore at the time. And we had an ice storm. And
the dreaded wintry mix.
Yes, the wintry mix is what they call it. Call it ice, bro, because that is what it is. So I didn't realize exactly how bad it was. And at the time, I'm living in an apartment in a row home. So, like, every house in Baltimore is like, 3 or 4 steps from your front door down to the sidewalk. As soon as I stepped on the top stair, I was on the sidewalk. And when I hit the sidewalk, there's a slight incline, about as much of a hill as you have.
Yeah.
I still slid like 20 feet, real slow. But I'm like, this is unbelievable. And I realized, like, the cars that were parallel parked there, I went to grab one to get back on my feet, and it was really difficult to get to my feet. It's just that slick. It's like a skit, Saturday morning or something. You keep falling down. And I grabbed the car, and the whole car moved because they had parked there after the ice had hit. So I realized, as I'm holding the car, my weight alone, I'm now pulling this car down the street until it tapped the car that was parked behind it. Didn't do any damage, but I'm like, Jesus Christ. This is unreal, but I had to take my dog out was the problem. Because my thing is like, I do not want to be out here. My dog has to go out, take a dump. Fine. We're going real slow, and there's this little park kind of catty corner to the house. Dog always liked to poop there. I took him to the same spot, and there's this little hill. So it was maybe a 7-foot drop from the sidewalk. This little hill down. I always remember the dog. As dogs do, they're looking at you when they scrunch up to take a dump, and then he started doing the 360 real slow.
Yeah.
And slid down the hill, and then I'm out there for like another 20 minutes because he can't climb up the hill because there's ice. So I slide down there trying to get him. Now we're both just stuck on the bottom. And basically had to wait a little bit. We had to punch holes to climb back up to get to. Keep in mind, I only went about 100 yards, and I'm out there for 35 to 40 minutes. I get back in. My girlfriend's like, where did you go? I'm like, I went around the goddamn corner, man. I'm like, do not go outside. There's no traction. You cannot walk. The dog can't walk. I mean, the dog's falling all over itself trying to get it back to the house. Had to get the dog up the stairs. I mean, it's just, we had a railing on the stairs, but dogs obviously cannot grab a railing. So, and this is a big-ass shepherd, too. So basically, I have him, like, under his stomach. I'm grabbing the railing, lift him up one step at a time, and even then my other foot would slip. It sucked. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. Let him poop in the house. I'm not doing this again, man.
That ice storm a few years ago he was talking about, right? Like, I was still living on Capitol Hill, and I lived on East Denny. So it is super steep.
Yeah.
And my buddy, I had told him the night before, I said, you're more than welcome to come over. You're not going home tomorrow. So he gets up. He's like, it's finally, he's like noon. He's like, I'm going to try it. I said, all right, go ahead. I don't watch him, but he falls. And the best part of the story is that he said he slipped Susie hit the sidewalk, but it was so icy that he's just on his back like a turtle, like sliding down the street.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You just keep going, man.
Yeah, we sat out there for hours, right? Because you know me, I'm a weather nerd. So I knew what was coming. So we had beer in there, and I could, from the way my balcony was almost kind of below the street.
Yeah.
So you could watch it all day, and I'd be like, where are you going? And people would be like, oh, we're going. And I was like, you're not going to make it up there. And you'd watch them either slide by or, like, you look up the street and they're holding on to a tree. Just like, I mean, I don't know. And, like, that's one of the few times where, like, everything was closed, even in Capitol Hill. So it's like, I don't know where you're going, but it can't, but just stay
You're not
home.
going anywhere.
Right. And it was like, and the weather was like, hey, it'll get over the freezing point, but not till later in the evening.
Yeah.
That's like I kept telling people, like, guys, one guy was like, I'm getting coffee. And I was like, you don't need coffee. Stay home till it melts.
And they're not going to do it.
So like the
You're
only people
not
getting
gonna
around are
get
people who
that.
have hockey skates.
Basically. Or remember Queen Anne, the bottom of Queen Anne Hill. All those cars are just piled up. I mean, just everything was descending down the hill. And there weren't any big crash inches. Everything's going kind of slow. But I'm like, what were you thinking?
Well, back in the day, you can't use them now, but golf spikes used to be spikes.
Yeah.
Right? Nowadays, you're so used to it, but they used to call them soft spikes or whatever. But my grandfather, I remember when he lived in D.C., he would put on his golf spikes in those ice storms.
Smart.
And just walk around like nothing was fine.
Yeah.
That's the move, man.
Ted, you've been there before, but it's officially over. And a Redwood City family says it's taking legal action after someone allegedly drove their RV to Burning Man without permission.
Oh.
Wait, what?
So they took the...
you can rent people's RVs.
Okay.
You can't take them to Burning Man if they don't want you to, though.
Okay. All right.
And they usually have that in the language.
Yes.
Even renting vans.
Not to Burning Man?
Yes.
Well, this actually was caused by weather. You would think it would just be the destruction of the partying and everything else.
Yeah.
No. It's always the weather. You got to get Burning Man when people say it's sand. It's not sand. It's dust. It's a dry lake bed, right? So, I mean, think about like baby powder.
Okay, so it's that super fine.
It gets into everything. And then with the winds, it will destroy, like people have awnings.
Yeah.
You kiss that thing goodbye.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's why it's not like people are raging partying that hard. I mean, you can, but like most of the damage is from the weather.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, because even when you get back, man, and you rented it from somebody who said it's okay to go to Burning Man.
They're still pissed.
Well, no, but you got to spend. I was telling Mike this last night. You've done the week. You've done it. You've tear down all your camp. Now you got to spend 90 minutes to 2 hours deep cleaning the RV and getting all your stuff out and this and that. It's not a it's not a vacation, and it's not fun.
It's a commitment.
Correct. You got to want to go to this thing. So, yeah, I don't blame these people. If they tell you don't take it to Burning Man, you can't hide that you took it.
The renter's contract specifically stated the RV could not be taken to Burning Man. RV owner Ronnie Ginto put a tracking device inside the RV. Allegedly showed the renter drove the camper to Black Rock City in Nevada during the dates of the festival. Now, the insurance will not cover the damage. He still did it. He still made the choice. It's disappointing. It's heartbreaking. Now, the renter is responsible for the damage, and his name is Shaban Shakori. According to business records, Shakori rented the RV the same weekend as the Burning Man Festival. The law firm that represents the renter said the following statement. My clients look forward to pursuing all available avenues to ensure they are made whole for any losses suffered. His family business claims that the man knew the contract prohibited him from taking the RV to Burning Man. Now the RV is completely damaged. He estimates repairs will cost tens of thousands of dollars. Shaban removed the tracking device from the RV keys before going to Burning Man. The family says that what Shaban didn't know was there was a tracking device in the RV. So when he returned the RV on Sunday, the owner cornered him. And Shaban merely signed the papers over and left. He says from now on, he's going to block out Burning Man dates from renting to anybody.
I would too.
2 days after the report aired, Shaban Shakori reached out to the local TV station, says the damage to the RV happened on California Street in San Francisco. It included 2 photos of what he said is the accident location. Shakori also disputes how much the damage to the RV will cost to fix and provided a copy of an insurance policy, which he said should cover the damage.
Should.
But it was weather damage. It wasn't damage from an accident that happened.
I would also say we've done it. You can find RVs where people specifically will be like, it's okay.
Okay.
Now, you still got to clean the hell out of that thing and everything else, right? And they'll just be like, look, you can take it. But again, if you leave the awning up during a windstorm, you're paying for it.
What happened at this year's Burning Man? I never really read too much, but I feel like every day,
it looked like it was
4 days
something
in a row, it just seemed like a nightmare scenario.
So they had a giant windstorm like on the Saturday, right? So the gates open on a Sunday. I think there was a giant windstorm like Saturday night into Sunday.
Okay.
Right? And then a couple of those days it rained. So that line, to get 70,000 people in that line already takes a while. But then when it rains, you can't move because it
turns to muck.
It turns to muck. It is. I've been there once during a shower and it was awful.
Okay.
So they just closed down the line. So people were like stuck in line. Like my buddies were stuck in line for 10 hours until it kind of dries out and you can drive on it again. And then a lot of people, frankly, nowadays, I don't think they take serious enough that you're living in a desert. So if you go down there with just kind of, I'm going to go to a rave and you don't have the correct gear and it rains, you're kind of screwed. And then, then it's going to get hot during the day. So, I mean, it's not that unheard of.
What is the joy of Burning Man?
I was going to say, with all this going on.
First of all, the art.
Okay.
You will see more. You will see, like, there's art displays around this country that started at Burning Man.
Okay.
That you know what I mean? You'd have to recognize it. Second of all is kind of the enjoyment of being out there with these other people and you're building this thing, right?
Okay.
It's supposed to be kind of anti-establishment. Like, we don't need the man. We can do it ourselves.
Sure.
And then, there's a lot of stuff you could do. Look, some people want to go and do a bunch of drugs. Fine. I know people that go that are totally sober. So, I mean, it's part of that adventure spirit.
I got you.
But it's kind of a joke, right? If you go to Burning Man, it's like my vacation is your worst nightmare. And I have friends that are like, I might want to go for a day. And I'm like, you don't want to go.
How about your friends that went this year? Have you heard a report back?
Oh, yeah. They loved it.
They had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Despite the horrible weather.
There's trials and tribulations, but,
sure.
You figure out fun. You'll meet other people. I mean, I met some awesome people there. Some Kiwis. I mean, I was in a dust storm. I couldn't see, like, Miles, as close as you are. You couldn't see, right? And then I just heard, hey, mate. I kind of turned around, and then these people had a whole camp, and they had fans in there, and they were like, come in here, get out of the storm, hang out. And then, there were a bunch of Kiwis.
And they came over specifically for Burning Man.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
There's one camp that has kegs of beer that these Germans will save from Oktoberfest the year before. Fly them over. And then the art is unreal. All the mutant cars at night, the sound systems. A lot of these famous DJs go as they just want to go.
Sure.
But somewhere over time, it's turned into people are like, it's like a dope music festival. Like, it is not a music festival. They are not selling food and water. And that's
so you have to bring all your own stuff.
Correct. They sell ice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
so what did you eat the entire time?
The first year I went, we built a structure ourselves, like a little carport. So we ate turkey on tortillas. It was awful. That was pretty much all we had.
Turkey, that's all you brought?
Yeah, because we just had my Yeti. We didn't have refrigeration or anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't bring peanut butter or anything that didn't need to be refrigerated?
We brought, I think we had a couple PB&Js, but the turkey seemed like the highlight. And then the next year I went, we were in a camp, so there's like a kitchen.
Okay.
And they had generators and refrigerators, so you have to work shifts too. Like, I cooked on burn night. I ran the kitchen.
Okay.
And then you got to do, moop shifts, matter out of place, trash.
Okay.
Gotta clean out the camp. You got to do ice runs. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are like, I'm going to go and just party. It's like, it is. Like, you got to put in work.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm making a point to not do that.
Right. And I
know how I am, so I'm just like, nah.
Like, my brother asks me all the time, and I always go, Chris, I would love to show it to you.
But
just for a day. You don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Not for more than one day?
Yeah. Well, no, he's not built for that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that ask me, and I go, no, this ain't you.
Okay.
They would drive me up a wall. That's the other thing. You spent a week in the desert. I mean, even Cobb and I, that first year, by Thursday, I looked at him and said, you go do your thing. I'm going to do my thing today.
Right.
I am sick and tired of it. I mean, you reach a breaking point, dude.
That's amazing.
It is, but if you like it, you'll like it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
70,000 people. Damn.
Yeah.
Really.
They got an airport. They got, there's a post office. I mean, we have listeners that go. Like, I met up with a couple of them. I even went to, like one day we found, and there's a little book tells you where stuff is. And they were like, we're going to have iced coffee. So me and the mayor one morning, we're like, we're going to find this camp. And like, there's just two dudes there. They're already hammered. And the guy's like, what are you guys here for? We're like, the iced coffee. We start talking to him. He taught one of the mayor's kids. He's like, oh yeah, my wife works up in Bothell. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
That is crazy.
It does sound crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of cool. I just know probably not for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a commitment.
Right.
And, like, that's why little local festivals I love. First of all, you have rivers.
Yes.
But, like, when we would go to Meltdown, like, they also have food vendors. If you don't bring food, you'll be fine.
You're fine.
You could go buy something. There's a beer garden.
Who Sucks Last is coming up at 4:30. I'm going to get your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
On Fox 1, now you can stream your favorite live sports, so you can be there live for the biggest moments.
Touchdown!
And catch history in the making.
Gibby McFly!
Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9. A 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox 1. The voices you trust, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
This is the story breaking right now.
Fox 1, we live for live.
Try it free for 7 days. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Who Sucks Last is coming up at 4:30, but first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail.
Couple from our question on damaging stuff. Guys, I work for the body shop at a large car dealership in Bellevue. We had a new car for a VIP customer. Needed some minor adjustments before delivery. Work was completed, and I was to drive the customer's car to Mercer Island for the delivery. Long story short, I wrecked that car less than 2 miles from the shop. We had to eat it, and the customer got another brand new car. Amazingly, I did not get fired. But they never let me live that down either. Here's another one on the tip of a car. When I was 16 years old, I borrowed my dad's Firebird for the night, went to a party. Ended up hitting another car. Ooh. The other car was my mom's new Mustang in our driveway. Oliver Charles got a story about how
Say that again?
So he borrowed his dad's Firebird.
And then he drove all the way, went out, came home, and then rear-ended his mom's car on the driveway.
In his own driveway. That's correct.
Jesus.
Oliver Charles, I've got a story about how I became damaged goods. Not the time I was hit by bit by a rattlesnake when I was 11, or the variety of ways I found to break my arms or legs, but the day I was knocked down by a 15-pound piece of plastic that came flying out of a machine. It pinned my arm against my body, almost knocked it off in the process. So after figuring out I should probably stay on the floor and wait for help, I couldn't help but notice there was a lot of muscle tissue and bone fragments in all the wrong places.
Oh.
So paramedics loaded me into an ambulance, took me to Harborview, and when they stopped at the door to the emergency department, someone came out and yelled at them to move out of the way because a bad one's coming in. As I was thinking, wow, someone else is having a really bad day. One of the paramedics said, "We know. We're here." Uh-oh. Yeah. This might be worse than I thought. So fixing my arm as best they could required taking the muscle from inside the thigh of my leg and using it to replace all the muscles that extend the fingers and thumb of my arm. Also required 2 rounds of skin grafts from the same leg. I shouldn't forget the 2 broken fingers that had wires inserted, which were sticking out of my knuckles for about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
All in all, required 9 surgeries to get me to where I am today. And when the first round of stitches were removed, they took over 200 out of my arm and 50 out of my leg. My left arm is about 1 inch shorter than the right. There are 3 titanium plates and who knows how many screws holding what is left of the bones together in some kind of Frankenstein-looking thing. It was life-changing, but early on, I chose to get over it and get on with life. I still ride motorcycles thousands of miles each year, but the pounding of the dirt bikes keeps me on the street. Rock on and don't let the speed bumps of life stop you from living. Damn. From Charlie. That's wild. As we move on to the birthdays, brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Hola, guys. Been a rough couple of years, guys. My family relocated to eastern Pennsylvania for family reasons.
Ew.
The 2 things I miss the most are the men's room and Seahawks football on at a reasonable time. Thank God for Odyssey and for Steve Rabel. For my birthday, can I get a Family Guy fish sandwich and a Homer Simpson and maybe some green beans? Thanks, guys. That from Jason.
Fish sandwich. Are you sure?
Green bean. What? Green bean. Okay. Green bean. Job. Green.
I mean, in Eastern PA, though, good food.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely have good food, but you're also in Eastern PA.
I mean, is that like York, Pennsylvania?
I feel like if you're in Philly, you say I'm in Philly. If you say Eastern PA,
you're
saying I do not live in
Philly.
Philly.
In the middle, right. In the middle.
Well, you could always go to Sheetz and get a sub.
Dude, if you have not gone to Sheetz or Wawa yet, do yourself a favor and go to Sheetz. So actually, we were in Delaware a couple of weeks ago.
Probably the best restaurant in town.
We stopped at I can't remember if it was Sheetz or Wawa, but either way, daughter wanted to stay in the car. We're like, all right, we'll be right back, man. My son was like, oh my God, like this has happened. I'm like, seriously, man, I know it's just like this little stop that you stop at, but like, he couldn't get over the food, all the drinks. I'm like, bro, get what you want. It's all good. No matter what you get, it's going to be delicious.
Boo, bitches, today is my 56th birthday. Can I get a your penis is too small, an angry bagel guy, and a fart montage, followed by a little Diamond Dave. Thanks, guys, on the show, and congratulations for 20 years. It's been fun. Long-time listener, Doug.
You're not God or my father or my boss. Shut your mouth.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails here. Who did I see naked? Guys, I once went to one of those bikini barista places completely on accident.
My wife is standing next to me as I write this.
Saw this gorgeous 20-something black woman and was just tongue-tied the whole entire time. It
was actually me, dude.
Nothing but a strapped one piece that she probably wasn't even wearing right because you could see everything. Had went out expecting to see that in the boobs, but was certainly happy to. That from Troy, who acts like he didn't know he was a bikini barista stand.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
I feel like they advertise it pretty well.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah. If you can't see the window from the road and it's on the other side,
I'd sure
that's
like
how
a
you
coffee from a cowgirl.
Yeah.
They know how to make coffee.
I will say, I dated a girl. She went to the same bikini barista because she liked the coffee.
Sure.
Why not?
Right. And at this point in my life, I didn't drink coffy. But, it'd be like Saturday morning, and she's doing something like, are you getting coffee? No, I'm coming with.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. It only took her a week. I think we were halfway there, and she's like, oh, I told you where I go now, so you want to go. And I was
Yes.
like,
Yes.
Yeah. When we get back, I'm going to drink this coffee and go back to sleep. But
What made you start drinking coffee? Was that the inspiration?
No.
Okay.
I had a buddy that was like, we're going to go to Starbucks, get a coffee, and talk about stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Sounds
And
fun.
then sometimes I would have to take meetings with people, and everybody's like, we'll meet for coffee. And then I was telling a story in the office. So I was just someplace, and I didn't know what to get. So I went, in my head, I'm American. I'll take an Americano. And then that's why, to this day, I don't mind drinking black coffee.
Because you're American.
That's all That's all I knew. But I mean, I was like 31. And I love coffee now. You can hear it in my voice.
All the dinosaurs.
Extra cream.
All the dinosaurs.
During my stint working at Little Creek Casino, there was a new officer nicknamed Double D, being trained on Graveyard. Both the training officer and Double D were given the task of chasing after a sleepwalker, drugged on Ambien, roaming all 5 floors of the hotel naked with a pillow. Talk about a hell of an introduction to security. That from Lydia.
Good time.
All right, I have a question for you.
All right.
If you're at a party, it's a big party. It has porta potties, right? There's that many people there.
Yeah.
And nobody's supposed to really be... Guys, don't go inside to use the bathroom. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I have privilege at this house, so I was inside taking a shower.
Okay.
Cool.
I did not lock the door. As I was entering the shower, the door opened. I kind of went, hey, somebody's in here. Now, this person tried to give me crap later in the afternoon, like, I saw your hairy butt. And I went, you're a grown man that went inside to pee. Who's in the right or wrong here?
I think you're in the right.
Yeah. Like, I should have locked the door, obviously, but I was
Also,
like...
you're supposed to knock on the doggone door before you go to a bathroom.
Right.
If it's closed.
Yeah.
And it's common knowledge these people have 5 acres. You can pee outside. Just don't give me crap about the hair on my
I
back.
think they're going to wait till you get in the shower and then go use the bathroom.
No, he just, the whole night he tried to give me crap about, like, I saw Ted's hairy butt. And this, and I was like, all right, I don't want to make fun of you, but, like, what are you doing peeing inside with the kids? What people inside with kids?
Ted, when I lived with Chad, he wouldn't even knock on the door. I would be in the shower. I could not see him. We had a dark shower curtain. I would open up the shower curtain, and there he is taking a dump. Like, wow, my steamy ass, Right.
Well,
what are you doing?
When I lived with like 6 other dudes, we had that rotation.
Sure.
That's different, though.
Okay.
We kind of had a rule. You had to know what each other's manhood looked like.
Okay.
It was just the one bathroom didn't work.
So it's your penis. All right, you're in your club now.
All right, look, if you want to move in, you got to sign this and show us your penis.
I got to take a picture of it and put it up on the wall. There we go. Okay.
Right.
That sounds bad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it does.
Go ahead, recover from this.
We just had a rotation. One guy showered, one guy pooped, one guy shaved.
Okay.
And you would just kind of rotate. It was like volleyball.
Show it to me now.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're.
Again, I hung out with too many people that played sports in college. Everybody's like, well, I know what his looks like.
Well, of course you do.
Cool. Humble brag.
Place it on the scanner.
I know what all these gentlemen's penis looks like.
Well, that's why one year...
It's my roommate. I know what his D looks like.
At graduation, when I took that picture with the disposable camera, when my buddy showed back up from Connecticut, he's like, my mom saw your penis. And I'm like, you don't know that's mine. He's like, A, I know what it looks like. B, look at this picture. So I was like, damn it. That is me.
That's my penis.
I know what your penis. I know what it looks like.
The brotherhood. Now we know. Oh, my God.
We were all on equal footing, Mike.
Right.
That's well, we weren't. But we all at least lined up the same.
Everybody on the table.
God, that sounds awful.
And you get the blue ribbon.
One more email. Guys, when I used to work on commercial construction, I was on a tower job, Emerald Towers in downtown Seattle. All right. I came on the job towards the end of the project, and during my orientation, my foreman was giving me the basic rundown of the rules and regulations, and at the end, he was like, oh, and at 7:45, make sure you're looking out the north side of the building, at the adjacent building across the street, level 6. Don't ask why, just do it. So around 7:40, I noticed just about every worker on the site was piling over to the north side of the building, directing all their attention to the 6th level area at the building across the way. Then the clockwork. At 7:45, a woman appears in front of the window, wrapped in a towel, clearly just finished taking a shower. Then stands directly in front of the window and drops her towel and proceeds to dry off and get ready for the day buck naked. Clearly, this woman knew what she was doing and had been doing so since the start of the job. So much so, the other workers on site knew way too much about this lady's daily routine. Also, she was banging hot. So needless to say, that was one of my favorite jobs that I worked on.
Yeah, I bet it was.
All right, coming up here at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. But first,
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
On Fox 1, you can stream Fox's biggest moments live. Get out! Bigger.
I can feel the sweat, and I can smell it a little.
Bigger.
That was genius.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9. A 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Now, the men's room wants to know, who sucks last?
Hey, Who Sucks Last? Time for Who Sucks Last. Steve, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They always suck. It's up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to like KISW there on Facebook, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yeah, let's start over in China. Where a 19-year-old Chinese man barely survived the worst 4 months of his life after being seduced and then sold into slavery by a 17-year-old girlfriend. So Chinese media recently reported the shocking case of a young man in China who endured 4 months of captivity and torture at the hands of a scam ring in Myanmar after being lured into a trap by his teenage girlfriend. So the victim's sister claims that the two met at a local pool hall where the 17-year-old girl hung out in revealing outfits and wore counterfeit designer handbags to project an aura of wealth. Now, her brother was instantly drawn to her and hung on her every word when she bragged about her family's operation in Southern Asia, even though she never offered any proof. Now, she repeatedly tried to convince the 19-year-old to travel with her to the neighboring country for lucrative work opportunities, and eventually he accepted, despite his family's opposition. Now, in February of this year, the pair secretly traveled to Thailand, with his family learning about his whereabouts from his friends. Well, on their way back, while approaching the Thailand-Myanmar border, the 17-year-old girl made up a story about having to pick someone up close by and simply abandoned her boyfriend in the middle of nowhere. Shortly after that, a group of armed men approached him, took all of his documents and his mobile phone before taking him to a secret compound. When he was there, the 19-year-old, he was taken to a secluded camp. His head was shaved, and he was forced to sit in front of a computer 16 to 20 hours a day, carrying out scams against his fellow countrymen. Now, if he failed to reach his daily quotas or if his efforts did not bear fruit, the young man faced severe physical punishment, including being hit with metal rods over his back and head. All right? Now, during his captivity, he lost about 25 pounds due to food deprivation, and due to the repeated beatings, he suffered permanent hearing loss. However, he turned out to be extremely bad at scamming people. So his captors decided he wasn't going to make them any money that way, so they decided to contact his family and ask for a ransom. So in June, his family managed to raise about $49,000 and secured his release. However, they say he lives in constant anxiety, basically PTSD. I don't have to explain why that is. As for the girlfriend, she was arrested after returning to China following a 10-day vacation in Thailand, and she now faces charges for her involvement in the victim's abduction by the scam ring. That is
That's a lot.
That is nuts. Now, we stay right here in the fine state of Washington, where a 19-year-old Washington state man, he's facing a kidnapping charge for trying to pull a female employee out of the drive-thru window at the Ladybug Bikini espresso stand and into his vehicle. Investigators say that Ezekiel Guerrero, he drove to the 24-hour coffee shop earlier this month and placed a drink order with the female worker on duty. Business is located in Lakewood. You go ahead and act like you didn't know that if your wife's in the car. Now, while preparing his drink, the victim said she exchanged small talk with the customer who was wearing a blue hat, Dodgers jersey, and designer jeans. The woman said she handed Guerrero a clipboard with a receipt that needed a signature. And when he subsequently partially extended the clipboard back to her, she reached out to accept it. That's when he grabbed her by the arm and attempted to pull her through the window into his car. Now, she told cops that she braced her legs against the counter, which kept her from being pulled through the drive-thru window. The victim was able to shut the window while the patron, quote, fled the scene. Now, when police interviewed the barista, they say she was frantic and appeared genuinely frightened, which makes sense because someone just tried to abduct her. Anyway, the incident was recorded by security footage, and that showed Guerrero violently seizes the barista by the arm. The woman eventually breaks his grasp after tugging back and forth. She slid back into the window, slid the window shut. Now, Guerrero, who paid for his drink with a MasterCard in his name, he was eventually tracked down by the cops. He was arrested. Now, he confessed to detectives saying that he had been drinking alcohol and smoking weed before the incident, and that what he did was, quote, effed up. Claiming he did not intend to harm the victim, he said that he'd been feeling sad and angry and isolated due to recent relationship problems with his former girlfriend, and that he went to the Ladybug stand just to see a pretty girl. Investigators reported that Guerrero recognized that his behavior was impulsive, denied having any anger or hatred toward women in general, and maintained that his conduct did not reflect his character. Although I would argue, I believe that it does. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot today, man.
Can you also, like, if he's on video driving, he's like, I've been drinking and smoking weed.
Right. That's the confession he wants to give him. You go, they're like, keep talking. You also paid with a MasterCard. Before he tried to kidnap someone. I mean, he's not the brightest bulb on the chandelier of life. Now we have a 45-year-old man from Wisconsin. He was in court this week after he faked his own death, abandoned his wife and 3 kids, and then fled the country to go be with his mistress in Eastern Europe. Now, I haven't heard about this. It happened 1 year ago this month. Brian Bogwart, he made it look like he drowned while kayaking last August, but they never found a body. He staged his kayak in a lake, paddled an inflatable raft ashore, rode 70 miles on an e-bike, took a bus to Detroit, then took another bus to Toronto, hopped on 3 flights to Paris, Asia, and then back to Europe. Turned out he'd been talking to a woman from Uzbekistan that he'd met online a few months earlier. Now, cops eventually found out he'd gotten a new passport, taken $375,000 life insurance policy, reversed his vasectomy so he could start a new family. Well, they finally tracked him down in Georgia, as in the country, not the state, then got him back to the U.S. and charged him with obstruction. Now, Wisconsin does not have a specific charge for faking your own death. He was facing up to only 9 months in jail, but he agreed to a plea deal that lowered it to just 45 days. Now, the good news is the judge rejected that deal and doubled it, or almost doubled it. They sentenced him to 89 days because that's how long he made his family think that he was dead. He also had to pay over $30,000 to cover the cost of the search and rescue. He said his sentencing, quote, "I deeply regret the actions I did last night."
I bet he does.
Did that night, and all the pain that I caused my family and friends. By the way, his wife of 22 years, yes, she filed for divorce 2 days after he got back to Wisconsin.
I bet she did.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, he's got 3 kids.
Damn, man. Yep.
That's insane. Wow. Okay, there's a lot to unpack.
There's a lot going on here today,
man. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm going to say that the guy in China, that probably, in my mind, sucks the worst because he was tortured.
Oh, yeah.
He's permanently deaf. Yeah. All that stuff. I'm glad the woman was caught. Man.
Like I said, my personal opinion, the Wisconsin guy, as effed up as it was, sucks the least.
He does suck the least on this because the woman who was the barista was being attacked.
Yeah.
And almost kidnapped by a guy. Right. So, geez, a whiz. Yeah,
Isn't
the
it
guy who
amazing?
abandoned
This
his
guy.
family, wife, and 3 kids, fled to Georgia, wherever the hell he went, Uzbekistan.
Starting at Uzbekistan and made his way to Georgia. And he sucks the least, in my opinion.
And his family's better off without him at this point.
I mean, that's a lot of trauma for the family.
I feel the worst for the kids. You think your dad is dead. Then you find out he's not dead. He just wanted to abandon their ass to go get some ass over in Eastern.
Wasn't this the same guy that got caught? Like, he was over there and somebody was like, "What's the craziest thing you've done?" Like a street interview. And he was like, "Oh, like I moved for my mistress or something."
Are you serious?
I'm almost positive that's how they caught him. Unless there's 2 guys that have done this.
Good God, man.
In this case, I am with you. I think he sucks the least. Ton of trauma for the family, but I mean, nothing good was going to happen to that girl getting kidnapped.
No.
Something horrible was going to happen. And then the first guy in China, something horrible had already happened to him.
He seriously did a man on the street interview.
I'm almost positive.
If that were me, the craziest thing, I did a whip it. I mean, like, I'm not going to tell you what I've actually done.
Correct.
If that is, in fact,
if that's
what I've done.
true, I could be falling for an internet hoax.
Who knows?
Man.
God.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Last. If you happen to follow KISW there on Facebook. All right, shot of the day's coming up. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at unitedhealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
On Fox 1, now you can stream your favorite live sports, so you can be there live for the biggest moments. Touchdown! And catch history in the making. Gibby, meet Freddie! Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Coming at you live from Auto Trader, here's New Car Energy.
They're searching inventory. You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. It's smarter car shopping just for
Find
you.
your next ride at autotrader.com, powered by Auto Intelligence.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Right up here at 508, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new study says shoot. Hang on. Oh, forestation has less potential to fix the climate than they had previously hoped. Yay.
Cool. Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
that's a good thing right there. A new study found that people with extreme political views, regardless of opinion, showed signs of heightened brain activity in fear and emotional processing regions when watching a heated debate.
You're telling me the ends of both sides are whack jobs?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of extreme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Extreme. Heightened fear processing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because
it works.
Right. They scare you. That's how it works. Well done. Fun times we're living in.
People should be scared of raccoons.
They should be. Little trash pandas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not feed them.
That's right. Because it attracts skunks.
Of all the animals, it really do.
And it makes your neighbor mad.
Because, like if it's a raccoon, if it's a coyote, anything else, you can open your door, you yell, you throw something.
Right.
The skunk's like, I'm going to spray the piss out of your house.
Right.
And then I'm going to run away.
Right.
Have some of this.
Hey, look, my cousin.
Spray your dog.
My cousins up at Neptune's on Cape Cod, they got one that sprays their outdoor, bushes every night.
For what? Why?
I don't know, but they figured out that's part of the problem is sometimes they think people have leftover fries or whatever and just kind of toss them or they leave them on the ground. But the big issue is that they see them, but they don't know what to do with a skunk.
You're not going to. It's going to spray you if it feels threatened.
And I'm gonna spray it with buckshot.
That video that was a couple weeks ago, the guy that was he rescued the skunk out of either a skate park bowl.
Yeah. He put it out with a skateboard.
Yeah, I'm just but I'm still
I would not have done that.
I'm not doing that.
No.
Because as soon as I get that mother up there,
yeah,
I'm going to be bathing in tomato juice.
That's right. Little jerk. The average American second guesses nearly half of their daily decisions, according to a new study.
There's nothing wrong with second guessing.
Right. Just take a moment and fully process.
Sometimes you wish people would have second guessed before they make a statement.
Yes. I think oftentimes it's just frustrating when it's little things, right? I knew I shouldn't have driven this way.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Or you're a dumbass and you got to watch the first quarter of a preseason game and then you're stuck in traffic 2 hours. I second guess that.
I second guess the line at the border. This is short. This will take the least amount of time.
You're never going to get it right.
No,
you will never get it right.
The longest line's the one that's going fast. I'm like, what is this guy doing in this booth?
Right.
That this guy's not doing in this booth.
No kidding, dude.
I'm just frustrated.
And you're right.
Sitting there
security checkpoints, airport border, and they're always go down, it's quicker. And then halfway down, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should keep walking.
Right.
I know, right?
Is it quicker or is it shorter? And it's less of a problem for you.
How do you know that?
Right.
You're standing here.
You're here.
This is 150 yards down
No, there's one place in SeaTac where I believe them, and it's just kind of in the middle of the terminal where everybody comes into the airport. I believe them because their point is kind of look, 90% of the people that walk into the airport walking through those doors, and they go to this line. So they're always like, man, you can go to any other line. It is shorter.
Do you know the one all the way to the left near the international terminal?
Yeah.
Okay, they moved it. It's gone.
It's gone.
Are you serious?
Yes,
I like
you got to
that
get on the
one.
escalator. I did too.
That was a pre-check.
I know that's why I would go there. And I would park on that side of the garage just because I knew it was easier to slide in there. Now it's gone. You got to get on the escalator. It's a bunch of crap.
Doggone it.
That's what I said, those bastards.
I've looked out the last few times.
You got to get on the escalator, turn around.
Yeah, no.
Because it seems like one of the TSA guys or women listens to the show.
Oh.
I would say the last 7 times I've been. So they're talking to you while you're in line, man, and for whatever, as soon as you get up to do the security thing, they're a little more lax.
Why aren't your shoes off?
I'll be honest, I hate on SeaTac all the time. The last couple times I had Friday night flights, it was fine.
It's not the employees. It's just the way that airport operates.
Yeah.
Everyone there is very nice. They're very cordial. They're very kind.
And now that I got a beer on special, I'm like,
it's great.
Go, baby.
Yeah.
If you can find the dog line, I don't know if they're still doing that one, but they had a line, at least they did for a minute there. I haven't been to that line in a minute.
A dog line?
They have a dog that'll walk back there and they're sniffing for all the good stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got you. I thought a line of dogs they're going to. No. Actually, I was at SeaTac, I think it was 2 years ago. It's right before either Christmas or Thanksgiving. So, it's just packed. And where I'm sitting, because the security line is insanely large, so I'm like, let's just sit down and take a break before we even deal with this.
Yeah.
And there's a woman, she's kind of haggling, whatever her situation is, with the ticket agent, not at the gate, but when you first get there. And some with her baggage, but she had a bunch of luggage stacked up. And I'm not paying attention, but her luggage tipped over. And then I realized that on top of her luggage was her dog that was in the cage. So when this thing crashed down, I'm hurt! And it was like, oh, God, man. That dog did not look happy.
No, bet not.
Like, oh, it's
How
bad.
about it didn't?
Put your thinking caps on, boys. It's time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It is a T word, which is something of little something of little worth or importance. A T word means something of little worth or importance.
I'm guessing. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll just say titillating.
Okay.
I think he's right, so I'll say from Timu.
Damn it, Miles. Nope, Steve, you killed it with
Oh,
trivia.
wow. I thought I was right there. I thought I nailed it.
Yeah, I thought you did.
I'm going to start doing that now.
Jackass. Turns out baseball players return from injury quicker when their contracts are about to expire.
You don't say.
What?
Wait, it's a game?
You think Parsons will be healthy in Green Bay?
That's right.
No more back problems.
I think he's getting an epidural.
Yeah, is it?
There you go.
That's the big news.
Okay.
Getting an epidural.
I swear to God, there wasn't a lot of
Miracle.
action on Monday, and they were like, here's the report.
Hold on, cured.
You might need an epidural. Like,
Evil spirits come out. Ernest Angley's up there in Green Bay from the dead.
Nearly half of in-person workers and 70% of remote workers have cried on the clock.
Cried on the clock?
Cried on the clock.
Related to their job?
I believe so, yeah.
Wow.
Or I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily related to their job. I assume it is because they made that study, but...
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten explosively angry.
Yes, you
I
have.
don't make any bones about that, but I've never teared up.
Not terribly long ago, I believe you got
I was going to kill somebody.
angry.
Like, man.
Yeah, somebody.
Man. I physically went outside. I'm like, I must remove myself from the situation.
I didn't even notice, dude.
That's right.
I was going to body someone. I'm going to go outside for a minute.
I couldn't hear a thing.
Even the morning show came out of the soundproof studio.
Yeah.
And I just let one rip, man, and their heads whipped around. I'm like, oh, they heard that.
I went over and grabbed coffee. Taryn walks by. Is Steve okay? I'm like, yeah, he's fine. Don't worry.
Getting it out of my system, buddy.
Gents, we're descending. Gents, we are descending into fall, which means it's about time to dig through the attic to pull out decorations. But we wouldn't have to do as much digging if we just got rid of clutter, and that's what we're talking about today.
All right. The Metro Top 10.
So these are things a professional organizer would throw away if they went through your home. Sorry, my finger slipped. My apologies. That's weird stuff happens there. Things that a professional organizer would throw out of your homes. I'm going to run down a list of the things, and we're going to see if you guys know that you have this somewhere in your home. Okay.
All right.
Do you have worn out grilling gadgets?
Worn out? No.
Bent marshmallow skewers,
Oh,
rusted pizza tray. They would suggest tossing those along with anything shedding bristles, like a baster or cleaning brushes. Anything like that you guys got laying around?
No.
Just go ahead and check me off for the list.
Just check you off the list.
I got one sitting outside. I go, why don't I? And I look at it and go, why don't I throw that away?
What's I going to do?
Old outdoor games and pool toys.
No.
I do have an outdoor game that I haven't pulled out yet. I should have this summer, but I'm ready to.
I got a ball bag. Baseball glove.
So do I. I call it testing.
You know, softball, can of tennis balls, tennis racket.
I have two wacky noodles, but they're in my closet.
Wacky noodles.
Wacky noodles.
What do you have, wacky noodles?
Well, that's the proper name for a pool noodle.
Well, I know that.
Is that really the
for a
proper name?
5-gallon bucket so you can poop in it? Camping?
No, man. It's so when you go in a pool.
Oh.
And
When the pool did work, I used them in the pool.
You take them like if somebody's got a pool. You take them, you throw them in the car with you?
Yeah, there's one in my trunk, too.
Yeah, boy.
But I am also the clutter guy of this show, so that's not a good thing.
They say swimsuits and summer outfits. Say goodbye to that firework-themed T-shirt you never put on and those 2 sizes too small swimsuit cover-up. Want to donate your clothes? Just fill it back with items that you don't wear and schedule them to be.
I go to Goodwill quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm due for a run.
Yeah, I might wear this.
No, you won't.
I know.
I really like this shirt, but you
You haven't
don't
worn
wear
it in
anymore.
5 years.
Put it next to your grill brush.
Again, these are things in your house that a professional organizer would throw out. Rusty patio accessories.
Don't have that.
Don't have that.
Burnt out strands of patio lights are not enchanting. They need to go. Many home improvement stores will accept them for recycling, actually, if that's what you want to do there. They say broken sandals. I'm sorry.
What?
All right, I'm not guilty of that one.
The time has come to throw away the flip-flops with the snap toe peg and the sandals with the uncomfortable strap or broken buckle.
They don't cost enough.
Once
where
you
it's
blow,
worth, quote
once you
unquote,
blow a
repairing it.
flip-flop out, it's done.
I will say, kind of adjacent to that, I recently finally accepted that I was not going to sew on buttons of shirts that had popped off.
Yeah.
You know, because I
Were
kept
you
them,
saving the button bags?
I save the button bags. I do.
Oh, that's a waste.
I save it because my wife will do it. I know that I will not. In fact, I don't care whether she does or not, but she can't take it.
Gotcha.
God damn it, I'm sewing the button. I'm like, okay, man. You know.
I'm not going to lie. I kept those things because it was like, I can give them to my mom and then she can fix them, but that's out the window now.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
All right.
Jeez,
my mom died to throw away my button.
Sorry, did it get dark in here?
Wow,
my bad.
My issue is this summer I bought a new pair of sandals, and I keep leaving them places.
Oh, come on, man.
Like places around the house or places
Like
that you've been?
I left them up at Taryn and Brad's house. And then it took me 3 weeks to get them. Took them to Lopez Island. They're still on Lopez Island.
Oh, no.
You're never going back there and getting those flip-flops.
I know. I want to call the guy and be like, just throw them out. But I hope they're having fun over there.
Were they good sandals? Were they throwaways?
No, they were good ones. What's the brand with the little bottle opener in there?
Oh, I got a pair of those, man.
Reef.
Yeah.
Reef sandals.
Have you used the bottle opener?
I finally got to use it this year out at the gorge.
I haven't, because my thought is like, I'm wearing these.
But you forget
and then there's
you
a
have
bottle. Well, it's not that. I'm walking on these shoes. Do I want to put this nasty ass bottle?
I don't think
I traded a hard seltzer for a Corona with a country gal. She goes, I don't have a bottle opener. I said, no worries.
She went, I'm in love.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Look out. Thank kiss the top.
Love you too, Bunny.
Things in your house that a professional organizer would throw out: your tattered towels.
Don't have those.
Yeah, my towels actually are fine.
But we have one tattered towel, and that is for the dog when it rains. Which is coming
Also,
up soon.
not bad to have for like a car wash. So
That's
like when you want to
exactly
dry
right.
your car, like I try to keep those in the garage.
Yeah.
So how older those towels are, man? I'll find a good use for them.
I'm with you. Gardening supplies, damaged deer fencing, excess planters, expired seed packets. They all need to go.
Expired seed packets.
Yeah, you'd be
What's
surprised.
a seed pack?
Seed packets.
How can they expire?
I mean, at some point you got to plant
They dug up heirloom tomatoes.
Well, yeah, that's
from
a good
like
point.
2,000 years ago in Italy. They found it in a hole in the ground. They planted the damn things and they were sprouting in 3 days. How does a seed die?
I don't know.
You also should check your seed bags because
Every day,
animals,
buddy.
Animals might
Reach
get into
down
them as
on the
well.
eggs,
So-
squeeze the seed bag.
I like when animals get into my seed bag.
Dilapidated door wreaths. I would also say go through all of your holiday stuff and see how much of it you're actually going to keep.
I'm thinking about
Wife.
getting a little autumn wreath.
Little autumn wreath. All right.
Yeah, my wife has the collection of wreaths. If I were in a coma, basically wake me up at my front door and I know at least what season it is based on the wreath that is hanging outside of the door.
Nice.
Tote bag stash. The free but flimsy bag from the farmer's market should be the first to go, says the professional organizers. Then soft-sided cooler with a tear in the lining, which is not going to keep anything cold. Finally, weed out the tote bags that you never reach for, including the one with the broken strap that you keep saying that you'll repair.
I got a bag full of bags, but they're not tote bags.
Yeah.
They're like plastic bags, bags I can take to the grocery store.
I got a lot of Trader Joe's bags in the back of my car that we just, quite frankly, don't bring in anymore.
Do you use them at the grocery store?
If we go to the grocery store, but a lot more we're just doing the, hey, if you could collect our groceries for us, I'll park out here, then you bring me my groceries.
Okay.
Well, Sherry,
Taking the fun out of it.
Like I said,
You're fun.
Ted treats a grocery store like a museum.
Right.
I mean, even stuff you have no intention of buying.
Correct.
You'll spend a heavy amount of time just investigating.
Ted also watches soccer, and I don't.
when Sherry came here from Puget Sound Energy, she left those totes.
Oh, yeah.
So I took 2 of them, stuck them in my car. Now, when I go grocery shopping, I've been bringing those in.
They're good bags.
Yes.
They're good bags.
Just remember to take them back out to the trunk.
Yeah.
I've already done it once.
Unknown freezer items. Organizing the freezer will make dinnertime madness a bit less chaotic, whether you want to maximize space in the chest freezer, eliminate freezer burn, or just better understand things in your freezer that you need to toss. Start by decluttering your space.
Yep.
There's a lot of freezer burn stuff in a lot of freezer burn fruit.
I'm literally going to do it Saturday morning before our event.
There you go. Clean it all
That's
out.
living, brother.
Well, I want to put some other frozen foods in there for Sunday football.
Okay. That's the
Oh, so
motivation. I got
you're
you.
needing room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I follow you.
God, that's a good point. I'm just thinking now, I want to get something good for Sunday.
Yeah.
NFL, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Things in your house that a professional organizer would throw out. Throw out your stained food containers.
You know what? Just go glass next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go glass for you and get a plastic set for whoever
You send the leftovers
comes
with.
in your house. Yeah.
Exactly. Books. Says, so you've read that book club book. Now what? Unless you want to keep it for sentimental reasons or you like to reread the best books of all time, remember that moving a bunch of books is a pain. And I do that at least once a year. I don't even put the books that I read back on the shelf anymore. I put it on top of the bookcase so that I can then at the end of the year go ship them off to half price books or something like that.
Okay.
Just get rid of. I'm not going to read them again. I don't do that. I've got a couple books that I've kept because I really enjoyed them, and I want to keep it because this is my book and I really enjoyed reading it. Other than that, get them out.
I need that book, dude.
You do.
Yeah. He told me Sunday he had a book for me.
All right, what's the book?
I could have sworn you. I said I need a new book for the light round. You're like, I got a book for you.
I don't remember that at all, Ted.
This is awkward.
I mean,
Mark
I'll
does
bring
not
you
have a
one.
book.
I've got a couple, so I'll bring you some good stuff. I mean, I've got recommendations.
Pressure's on, dude.
It is. I got it, man. Owner's manuals. Toss the instruction booklets that go with things that you no longer own on the owner's manual for the TV that you had 10 years ago.
I don't know that I ever
think
look at
that's-
owner's manuals anyway.
Pretty good idea.
Correct. I'm with you.
Although, man, like certain things, I don't know what my microwave can really do.
But do you care?
Okay, well,
Other than
all right.
cook my food.
When's the last time you thumbed through it, Miles?
Because even
Never.
like my oven,
Never.
there's this big instruction manual, and I guess there's a billion things it can do. I'm like, right, but and look, I'm sure that's great, but for me, I just want it to get hot, and I put food in it, so it can do that. Whatever else it can do means nothing.
You really do need to read the car manual, though.
Yes.
Their owner's manual, I got to know somebody who has a very similar car to mine, and they did something. I'm like, what did you just do right there? And I'm like, do I have that? And then I went back to my car, and I'm like, I didn't even know what that button was for.
I got it.
I had no idea.
Learn all the buttons in your car. But then I'll leave you with this last thing that's in your house that a professional organizer would throw out, and I know that a lot of you have it right now within reaching distance, your donation bags. Did you forget about that bag of clothing donation that's been riding in the trunk of your car for the last month?
Oh,
Time to drop it off.
I did not forget. It's just sitting behind the sofa in the living room. And somehow, anytime I bring it up, it's just not the right time to go.
A man in Florida attacked a couple with bug spray, and you won't believe why, Miles.
They're bugs. Someone attacked someone with bug spray.
Tell about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast an unidentified man from San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio.
Yes, indeed. Now, today's honoree snuck into a restaurant kitchen and stole multiple racks of ribs.
Oh.
Look, I mean, I can't condone crime, but also if you've been to Texas and you like ribs, I understand his motivation. By the way, the ribs, they were already cooked. So what did he do? He stuffed them under his shirt and simply walked out. Now, the police were called, and they very easily tracked the man down. By following the trail of sauce and grease, they dripped to the ground all the way to his house.
Those are good ribs.
And he's like, how did you find me? They're like, bro, there is a trail of grease and sauce from the restaurant. They know the exact route he took.
That's tough to steal them from a restaurant.
Yeah, they said he snuck into the kitchen. I don't know why you put him under your shirt. I feel like if you snuck in, just grab him and leave. But anyway, yeah, he had him under his shirt. All the grease and sauce leaked out, and they're like, we followed the sauce, brother.
Did he eat them first?
It did not say.
Damn it.
I was thinking he'd follow the trail of bones.
I think he's just eating them on the way.
Yeah, just take a third off there.
I don't think I'd have made it home. They're so good, and they smell
That's
so good.
something you're under
I'm
your
eating
shirt.
a few on the way, man. But anyway, we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola bichola. All right, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This now. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. The voices you trust, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
This is the story breaking right now.
Fox One, we live for live.
Try it free for 7 days. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a three-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim! This is incredible!
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go! This time for real!
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. The voices you trust, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
This is the story breaking right now.
Fox One, we live for live.
Try it free for 7 days. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a three-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steven Throw. Could you please tell me what how Profile This is played?
Yes, I can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Nick, with the big old welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
All right, Nick, with the big old, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories today. Today we offer you the wonderful world of drugs. We have Animalized This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
You know, I almost hit a squirrel on the way to work today, so let's go animals.
Can't believe you saw a squirrel on
Nick,
the way to work.
did he do the squirrel dance?
Almost
The
hit
indecisive dance.
It totally did, yeah.
Okay.
It last second got out of the way.
It's like, make a decision, man. Just make a decision. Go to one side of the street or the other, because we're going to run you over.
That's why they never get married. They can't make a decision.
That's it. I don't know what I want to do. That's a true thing, by the way, Nick. You ever seen a married squirrel? No, you haven't. There's your proof.
Never have.
All right, Nick, here is your
Keeping all
story.
these nuts for myself.
Or do I give them away?
You don't want to lose all your nuts, though.
Nah.
If you get married, it could happen.
Oh, yeah. All right, it has happened again. It has happened again. An animal seen wandering for days in Pennsylvania with its head stuck in a large plastic jar.
Come on.
I want to say the other one was in Pennsylvania as well. Anyway, it has now been freed of the snack container and is being treated by a veterinarian. Now, Animal Rescue of Central Pennsylvania said on social media that volunteers were able to locate the critter around 3 o'clock this morning after she was spotted in a cornfield by a drone, just as you would expect. Now, the animal, who they now named Dallas, in honor of the drone pilot, Dallas Furman, he'd been wandering to York County for days with the plastic snack jar stuck over her head. She was first spotted in the area on Monday. Well, the animal rescue group said, quote, Dallas is suffering from severe dehydration, is infested with ticks, and is clearly in distress. She's now receiving the urgent care she needs, and we're awaiting blood work to better understand her full condition. So the group is now raising funds to offset the cost of Dallas's care. And they finished, quote, we'll continue to share updates as she recovers, but for now, we celebrate a life saved and the power of people coming together for one animal.
It's Pennsylvania. This is one of two things. It's either Utz, cheese balls.
I'm guessing cheese balls.
Or it's
Snyder's pretzels.
some kind of pretzel.
Yeah.
Yes, there's only two options.
Right.
Two options on the giant tub.
You know, and they never specify what it is in the story.
No, so that's the first thing that comes to my mind. What was in that tub that made that animal go, I want to stick my head in here and lick the inside?
Cheese balls and pretzels. Mm-hmm. All right, so, Nick, the question for you is, what kind of animal, again, got its head stuck in a jar? Was it a raccoon? Was it a deer? Was it a dog? Or was it a fox? Raccoon, deer, dog, or fox? What got its head stuck in a delicious container?
Did the story say, so they found it at 3 in the morning, was the animal awake and walking around, or was it sleeping?
They don't say. They just say they found her at 3 o'clock this morning after she was spotted in a cornfield by a drone.
Nick, I'm going to go with deer.
Okay. It's cliche, but raccoon. I'm going raccoon.
Okay.
I have nothing to base this on. I think it's a fox.
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 What got its head stuck in the cookie jar there? Was it a raccoon, a deer, a dog, or a fox? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. The voices you trust, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
This is the story breaking right now.
Fox One, we live for live.
Try it free for 7 days. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Once again, animalize this. Once again, an animal with a plastic jug of snacks stuck on its head. Was it a raccoon, a deer, a dog, or a fox?
And, Nick, that is the question that we posed to you. Let us start with That's me. It was not a fox, I'm afraid. Miles, you went with the deer.
I went deer.
It is Pennsylvania.
Go a deer.
A female deer. Ray, a golden drop of sun. Nick, that leaves you. You went with the raccoon. It was not a raccoon.
It was a dog?
It was a dog.
You've got to be kidding.
Straight up dog, man.
That's why they're spending so much money rehabilitating.
That is exactly why.
All right. Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. Your choices today.
We got choices today.
We're back. Oh, yeah. You got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kimmel.
You got Seth Meyers. Colbert.
Stephen.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The Title guys have teams of talents and writers come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine. Is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
UNC, that's North Carolina football coach Bill Belichick made his college debut. And only 6 years after his girlfriend made her college debut.
Colbert.
I hope that's you.
Seth Meyers.
UNC football coach Bill Belichick made his college debut and only 6 years after his girlfriend made her college debut.
Damn, that's cold.
But accurate.
I mean, no, it's just math.
Yeah.
Right, he's like 70. She's 24.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
People are talking about things. People are talking about special things they do with their significant other. that are more intimate than sex, like putting together IKEA furniture, which is great, I guess, if you're into angry sex.
Fallon.
Beat that, Smith.
Smith.
Yeah. Once you said angry, I'm like, yeah, that's a man who's put together IKEA furniture.
Isn't everybody angry after they put together
Here's
IKEA?
my thing with IKEA. I know they give instructions, but they always have like the that kind of character guy they draw.
Yeah.
He's always smiling.
Yeah.
That is not accurate.
Right.
Just have them like expletive filled so that you truly know what you're about to experience.
Sweating all the damn time as he's just putting corkboard together.
I'm just looking at it like, where are these 3 other screws supposed to be?
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
Serenity now, insanity later.
Well, and then they have, single-sided things. Like, they don't quite describe that to you. It's just like, oh, by the way, make sure that it's this way.
Yeah.
By the time you're done with it.
Students across the country went back to school. I love meeting my kids' teachers because I can tell the exact moment when they go, oh, he will not be able to help with homework.
Fallon.
Well, guys, students across the country went back to school. I love meeting my kids' teachers because I can tell the exact moment when they realize he will not be able to help with the homework. Yeah.
Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy twice in 1 year. It's not good. Right now, their accountants are drunker than their pilots.
Fallon.
Yeah, I'll say Fallon.
That's Fallon.
Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy for the second time in less than a year. It's not good. Right now, their accountants are drunker than their pilots.
So Netflix has a new kind of one of their documentaries about Hurricane Katrina.
All right.
Now, obviously, everybody knows about it. We're celebrating, unfortunately, 20 years that it happened. And the Katrina thing, the way I remember it, unfortunately, is not the way it happened. And I think a lot of that happened. So
yeah, there's different descriptions. I didn't watch the thing on Netflix, but there's a show on NBC now, like
Surviving Katrina or something like that.
Well, they do different things each week. They did the Concordia thing this past Monday or whatever it was, but they did Katrina. And the thing I didn't realize, because they're talking to the people that survived it, they said it was not the hurricane. The hurricane was the hurricane. It was the levees breaching.
Okay, so that's a big part of this too, right?
Yeah.
Is that hurricane, but also these people. First of all, you got to understand, like most cities, right? That Ninth Ward, right, is poor.
Yeah.
Right. And granted, it's New Orleans is a black city, but that was specifically like
broke ass. Yeah.
Right, and that's where all the most black people lived. So when the hurricane's coming, you're right. They're like everybody should get out, this and that. But there's a lot of things into it, right? Like the mayor doesn't call for a mandatory evacuation. They kind of do it parish by parish, right? And I see the lower Ninth Ward; it's parishes, but because they were like, well, we don't want everybody to panic. So they're already kind of making mistakes. Then people do go to the Superdome, right? Some people, and then also you got to keep in mind, I know this from living in Maryland. We don't get hit a ton in Maryland, but people in North Carolina or Miles' dad did it in Florida. Like people, sometimes these storms miss or change direction at the last moment. So people you almost get numb to it. And I forgot New Orleans had just had a huge one that at the last minute spun away. So they were kind of like, we've been through it before. Right. So some people just stayed. Some people go to the Superdome. That hurricane hits, it's bad, but you're right. Some people were leaving the Superdome, and they're already going back. And then those levees break.
And that's when everything changed.
Correct.
That's what destroyed the city.
Even some of the National Guard that had been there started to move out because they were like, well, they survived the storm. Then those levees break. Most of the TV cameras and stuff
French Quarter.
They're in the French Quarter. That's the business district. They're not going to so as those levees are breaking, they're hearing rumors, but nobody sees it.
Right. The news isn't covering it because all the anchors it doesn't matter what channel, it could be the cable channels, the networks, they're all in the French Quarter going, well, it rained a little bit, but there's not a lot of damage. Sure. But at the time they're telling, and look, we don't know, we're just watching the news. But as they're telling us this, the levees have now breached and they don't realize, people are getting wiped off the face of the earth.
Damn.
Correct. And it's a bayou. So, right. There's fish in there. There's
alligators,
snakes, alligator. The main thing they kept bringing up was the snakes, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're in there. The water moccasins, this and that. Right. And then the other thing that you kind of notice is there's just this government stupid game between the mayor, the governor, and the federal government.
Right.
Where they keep blaming each other, but nothing's really getting done. Now things have gotten bad, right? Now you got people that have been in the Superdome for days. They've run out of water. It's springing leaks, this and that. There's one Army general they send down there, and I'm not going to try. I'm going to get wrong if he's a general or whatever. But he finally shows up. So now at this point, too, the only thing you see on TV is people looting. Well, looting's what you call it. They need food and water. Right. They need stuff to drink. So, like, a lot of it isn't looting. It's just like, hey, we need to go get this stuff.
I mean, what would you do?
Right. So now it's turned in, and they have news anchors on there like, look, we were just as guilty. Now the Army comes back, but they're on like we got to stop crime mission. Finally, this one general shows up, and he's like, when he sees sling your weapons, stop pointing them at people. We got to help these people. But it's almost too, it's wild. And when you see just, I mean, look, you could blame Brownie, you could blame, but like, I blame them all. And that general is the only one that seems to have his head on straight during this whole thing.
Didn't Bush wait till like a week later to fly over?
Well, he flew over,
didn't land,
and then when he went there, he only went to Alabama. He didn't go to New York. Right. But that's the thing. And then, he's famous for saying, you're doing a great job, Brownie. This guy is the head of FEMA. Before that, he was the head of an equestrian association, and they basically impeached him from that. So this guy doesn't really know what he's doing. And the mayor and governor have this old, D-swinging contest over who's going to do this and do that. I mean, it is just a cluster F.
It is.
If you've ever seen one. But sadly, like, people are dying and the conditions are awful. But it was also, it's just amazing how it just got sensationalized. And people were like, did you hear? And then by the time everybody realizes what's really happening, this is a tragedy in our own country. Like, we need to get down there and help these people.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, a very good watch, very interesting. You're just like,
it does open your eyes a lot. And like I said, I didn't even see that one. I saw a different thing. But in the end, the story's the same. Where somebody, like you said, some guy from the military is finally like, we did a flyover, and he's like, holy ass, right? Because he has a bird's eye view of the levee's breach, and he's like, the city is literally underwater, man.
Yeah.
And he was kind of the guy that snapped everyone, like you said, quit swinging your D's for a second, man. Like, you guys don't understand what's going on. And communication had been cut, so it's not like people could even really tell you.
Right, so now we're getting to like the third part is when some people are finally getting out, they're putting them on buses, but then all of a sudden, you're in Houston or somewhere else. Now, look, there's a lot of people who weren't nearly that broke who drove to other places and stayed in hotels. But a lot of these people just don't have the means. Now, all of a sudden, you're in Houston. That's going to be the third episode, I think. It's like, now they're just displaced. It's like, well, what do we do now?
Well, a lot of people left and never went back.
Sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
Also, Mike, if you've ever been to New Orleans, there is a staircase. It's about 3 to 4 flights of stairs. Goes straight up a hill. And you walk up those steps, and you get to the top, and what do you see? You see a river. And then you look down, and you see the city. And you go, oh, man.
I lived there for a year.
Well, it's also Lake Pontchartrain is right there, and then they built all those canals with that levee system. So, I mean, and here's the other thing. I can't blame some of these people, right? You spent your whole life there, and you go, Army Corps engineers built it. I think we're good. Now, they never told them that, like, it's outdated. They showed back up, like, hey, we need to fix this. So
after the fact.
I mean, New Orleans is just a crazy town to begin with. But I will say, the one thing that's enduring through that is those people are unreal. You know what I mean? At one point in the Superdome, it has gone as bad as it could be. And the one guy goes, we just started marching around and singing. Yeah. The same way they have, they'll have
a funeral.
Fifth lines at a funeral and stuff. Like, it really makes you like that city. And
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, I lived there for a year. I would not want to live there again, but if you get the chance to visit, go down.
All right.
I mean, seriously, eat and just listen to music, because music is literally every frickin' where you go being performed by someone. It's not like they're cranking the radios. I mean, everyone is singing, dancing. Apparently, if you're born in New Orleans, you can play 27 different instruments by the age of 6.
At the same time.
At the same time. I mean, it's unreal.
You can also walk out of a bar with your drink.
Yeah.
And then walk into another bar. And they'll go, hey, buddy, pull that out. They pull up a chair.
Nice.
Yeah, you can bring a beer from another
place
bar.
into another bar.
If you're a Husky or a Coug fan, right, and you're going to go to LSU to watch them play, all right, you'll have fun. Do what I did. Just go down there to watch them play whoever. Just be a Bayou Bengal for a day.
Go have fun.
Oh, people were so nice and welcoming.
Look, man, so my kid plays volleyball. He's got to go to tournaments. And we met a group of people, another group of parents, and their team is from New Orleans. And New Orleans reps hard. I mean, they got sparkly everything. They
constantly
gave my wife like this disco ball sippy cup kind of thing that's full of booze, okay?
Traveling.
So we met them, I think we met them in Orlando. So fast forward about 6 months, or in another tournament, and this time, where was I just at? Orlando this time, right? No, Austin is where we met them. We finished up the season in Orlando. Well, they're back, and they're waving me down from the other side of the court like, hey, we remember you. So we roll up to these people, and again, they got their sequin hats on, and they're real cool. And they're like, do you want a sip? And I'm looking at a water bottle. I'm like, what is it? They're like, it's vodka. We're like, how did you sneak it in? And I won't explain what they did to sneak it in. They are unfreaking believable, man. So my wife and I, looks like we're just chugging Avion, and it's straight vodka. They got whiskey. They got stuff hidden in their hats. They are, dude, they got beat. They are the coolest freaking people that show up.
I went to that
tournament.
LSU game in like 07 or 08. I still text the guy. I tailgated him once. Cody Blue. Hit him up, and he'll be like, Smith boys, what's going on? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Real quick, also my favorite quote ever. We had to park a mile away. We got to the game 6-7 hours in advance. We were late. A mile from the stadium. I walk back to get beers, walking by a state trooper. I go, it's hot out today. He goes, not that bad. Where are you from? I go, Seattle. He goes, Pearl Jam and rain. I went, every day, sir.
Pearl Jam and
every day. It's all
Pearl
we do.
Jam and rain. That's what we got out here.
Continuing with the SNL stuff. So we said Ben Marshall for the Please Don't Destroy. He got promoted. One of the other guys, but John Higgins is leaving. So basically, we won't see their videos anymore because one of the guys is leaving.
Oh, that sucks. I always enjoyed their videos, man. I thought they were funny.
They were, and they were so kind of odd
Just
and weird.
awkward and yeah.
Yeah. They'll continue to do stuff, projects outside of SNL now. But yeah, they had the 3 Sad Virgins with Pete Davidson and Taylor Swift. I mean, they had so many good ones. Like I've been talking, season 51 of SNL premieres October 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They always kind of come back in that little time frame right there.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. I know a lot of people were talking about Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. It's not real, guys. Nothing is.
What?
Yeah, Mike, I know.
Damn it.
Apparently,
Well, they sold the movie. It helped.
Yeah.
Also, it's believable that Pamela Anderson would like Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Based on the fact,
dude.
no,
He's
it's
a
not
nice
about
guy.
that. He's gonna huge. Supposedly the biggest one in Hollywood.
There's more to a person than that.
No, but still, you have certain things
There's
you
like Tommy Lee, Jeff Probst, Liam Neeson.
Some,
Right? These
some
guys
people are boob guys. We were butt guys. We were like
she was
legs.
also wasn't she also married to Kid Rock for a minute?
Was she?
Yeah.
Sounds like something she would do.
Yep. For like a day. Remember, because when he was here, we asked him about that. And he's like, yeah, it was like a month.
Oh.
But he was fine about it. He's like, yeah, we were married for like a month.
Damn.
That was it.
Yeah, basically they knew it's an old Hollywood trick, like act like we're together. It'll sell the movie. I don't know. It didn't make me. I was just like, good for Liam Neeson.
That's what I thought.
So I wanted to believe it. Pamela Anderson's, one of the goats of the game.
Apparently, so is Liam.
So as far as blonde women with giant boobs go,
if that's what you're into.
If that's what you're into, are people not?
I mean, hey, different strokes for different folks.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think I know what Pam's into.
Yeah.
That's why I believed it.
Tall men.
You got episode 4 of South Park tonight over at Comedy Central if you want to check that out.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. It's in for a man wearing a Speedo and covered in mud tries to hide from police in someone's shed. Meanwhile, a wallet is found 51 years later after being lost. Bonus, the owner is not dead. Florida man attacks couple by spraying bug spray in their face. If you want to get punched, the Loop in Chicago apparently is the place. And high schoolers lure a student to his unnecessary demise. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story, we go to Florida, where spots in line mean something. Police were called to the scene of a local Publix market on reports of an altercation. The story goes that a woman was waiting for her husband in line at the checkout counter when a man came up and cut in front of her in line. Horrible thing to do.
It is.
When she informed him that she was in the line, he became upset, and an argument ensued between the two parties.
What are they arguing about?
I don't know. He's not here, therefore I get to, or what are you going to do about it? I have no idea.
Line cutters always want to mouth off to you, too.
They really do. Oh, yeah, you got cut off in the beer line, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
Right. You want to fight? What are you going to do about it? Well, nothing. Right. You are rude, sir.
Right.
Get a fight in the goddamn beer garden.
Stupid.
And a Mariners game.
The two began putting both of their groceries Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. If it happens at a football game, but I'm just like, not at a baseball game.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
You're just a D. But no, I'm not going to fall into that.
Plus, there's plenty of beer vendors at a baseball game.
Yeah.
More so than football.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're everywhere.
That's the whole point. It's like, you didn't need to do this. You didn't need to be a jerk.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to be a jerk for stepping up? No. The two began putting both of their groceries on the belt at the same time, continuing their argument until the husband of the woman stepped between the two, telling the man to back off. The man left the market into the parking lot and moved his car into a position to up the ante. He was getting into position, right? The couple got to their car and started loading their groceries into the trunk when the man came up behind them and sprayed both of them in the face with bug spray before fleeing the scene.
Jesus. Come on, man.
The couple identified the man after he was tracked down by authorities, and he was arrested. You didn't need to do that.
No.
No.
Just walk it off.
Right. It's fine. It's fine.
You're a guy that cuts in line. You know that you're going to get an altercation with
Yes.
that. I don't care how in the right you think you are. You don't then go flee out to the parking lot when somebody steps up to you that's, your size or bigger, and then spray him in the face.
Also, you don't know what he's spraying.
Yeah, at the time.
So initially, you don't know what this is.
You're just attacked. Yeah.
I mean, if it's Raid or something like that, you're like, that's different than bug spray.
Correct.
That's like wasp killer.
Yeah. That's not good.
No.
That's bad. In other news, we go to Illinois, where a suburban mother is the latest victim of a repeat offender. She tells local media that she was going about her day just walking on down the sidewalk when she felt a hand in her pocket. She turned...
In her pocket?
In her pocket.
Okay.
Yeah. Closed pocket, all right? No. She turned to face the person...
Damn, did you think
It's still weird. Jeez, Mike.
Damn, Mike.
I think it was the prison pocket.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking that.
By the way, that's a wallet made out of pig product.
Damn.
Damn it.
Golly.
I don't know. I thought that's where you guys were going.
No.
No.
Jesus. I'm just trying to think. Imagine somebody's hand in my pocket. I'm like, what in the...
That's weird enough to me.
Exactly. That was her reaction.
How did that escalate?
Mike just took that up.
Jeez,
Like, wow, man.
Damn, homie. Just put my toe in the water here.
Close pocket leg. What did you think we thought?
That's right. Sorry. She turned to face the person behind the intrusion and came face to face with a man that displayed nothing but pure rage in his eyes, according to the woman. It was at that moment that, unprovoked, the man reared back and punched her directly in the face.
Jesus.
Before fleeing and leaving her bleeding on the sidewalk. A good Samaritan stepped in and did what he could to stop the bleeding as the responders arrived. He tore off his shirt and he tried to wrap it around to stop the bleeding. He's a manly man. The woman is a mother of 11 children and is described as the
11?
I know.
It could have been the other pocket. Good Lord.
They just fall out of her.
The family's been shaken to their core as a result of the attack, but authorities are well aware of the assailant as he's been arrested several times over the course of several years for the exact same reason.
Mm-hmm.
He is a serial woman puncher.
Yeah, actually, the TV station that covered the story pulled up file footage of 3 years ago covering the same exact situation that happened to 3 women on campus when he walked up and punched them.
That's what he does.
That's just what he does.
They had the footage from before. Like, hey, we know this guy.
Right. We know exactly who this is. This is his move. He just puts his hand in the pocket and bam.
Apparently, it hits pretty hard, too.
Oh, yeah.
Broken
She
nose,
was messed up.
orbital bones.
Yeah. Yeah, she needed medical attention. She needed to be taken to the hospital.
Did they catch the dude?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But he does this all the time. It's not like he's
Don't
going to
let
learn a
him
lesson.
out.
Yeah,
Throw
right.
him in. Keep his ass in jail.
Throw the keys away. Denver police had an interesting description of a man on the run. Officers were dispatched to a local spa facility on reports of a wanted individual being there. They found him in the mud baths of the spa and informed him that he would be going to jail on charges of credit card fraud and identity theft. But, being sympathetic, they allowed the man to shower up before he was hauled off to jail. A nicety that our boy took full advantage of. He sprinted away from officers at the first chance that he had, leaving officers putting the word out about a fleeing fugitive wearing nothing but a black Speedo and covered in mud.
They busted him when
he's in the bath.
So, no, he went there and paid for it.
Yeah.
So he stole the credit card.
Yeah.
Then went to a mud bath place.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to do with the credit card.
Yeah.
So when they swiped it, they had a tracker on him. They knew he was there, so they descend on him, and he's in a Speedo covered in mud. That's how he wanted. That's why he stole the credit card, to go to a mud bath place.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Treat yourself, man.
I guess so.
I guess.
I'll be looking at my like, what in the hell?
Mud bath.
You stole my credit card and went to a mud bath place?
Yeah.
That would make me more upset.
I know.
Do you want to spend your own money on a mud bath?
Buy TV, something.
That's too easy.
Right. Make this make sense to me.
Right. Hey,
because they were able to catch him because he was there for over an hour. If you'd have just gone to a Walmart, bought a television, swiped it, got out, got his car, he'd been fine.
I kind of want to try this mud bath now.
Right? Sure,
it
he
must
felt
be
great.
something.
Yeah.
It made him nimble. He ran away from the cops. They did eventually catch him, though. So
Look at me, being nimble.
But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go to Ontario, Canada, where something lost has been found. Construction workers renovating a local school ended up tearing down one of the bathroom walls to find a wallet that had gotten lodged in the wall. The going theory is that the wallet was dropped by a student several years ago, which was then found by another who took all the cash inside and tossed it up into the ceiling tiles to hide it and keep it away from everybody, which is where it fell down between the walls after going up into the ceiling, see? And that's where it spent its next 51 years of existence.
Damn.
Inside the wallet, they found a student ID as well as a driver's license, photos, insurance card, and a 35-cent ticket to a hockey game.
35 cents.
35 cents to go see hockey.
And he's probably bitching about it, too.
They were able to track down the now 60-year-old owner of the wallet, return it, where he enjoyed a trip down quote-unquote amnesia lane.
Was there any money in it?
No, they stole all the money and then tossed it up into the ceiling.
Ah.
Yeah.
But there was a picture of the house he grew up in.
Yeah.
And he took it to his mom, who still lives in that house.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Isn't that wild?
That is.
Yeah, having a picture in your wallet.
Yeah.
I remember that growing up.
I know.
People had pictures in their wallet.
Them old days.
People sat down, man, and one cheek was like 4 inches higher than the other because their wallet was so thick.
Oh, my dad used to carry around our baby picture.
Yeah.
And but every time he opened his wallet, because the way they do that little screen for it, it's the first thing you saw was me and my brother's babies.
Hello.
Yeah.
Men's Room Sports, the Mariners were unable to best the Rays last night in Game 2 of the series, losing the game 6-5 and losing the series altogether, leaving them in a worse position for the playoffs. Good work, boys. The Rays are good, so I give them a little bit of that, but it's like, can we find the fire just a little bit here?
Also played in a minor league ballpark, which is weird to watch.
It is. The conclusion of that series is currently underway over en route. As far as the weather, partly cloudy skies cool things off to about 60 tonight, and we're expecting partly cloudy skies and a high of 80 tomorrow. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. See you next time for the return of Big Dummy and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. The head chef is back in the house. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
On Fox One, now you can stream your favorite live sports, so you can be there live for the biggest moments. Touchdown! And catch history in the making.
Gibby! Meet Freddie!
Fox One, we live for live. Streaming now.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a three-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.